and work, and that joke. My re-up money secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investor to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meech. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good? What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, and welcome to another episode of Trapping Tuesday, y'all. All right, man, so first, before we get started, man, we just want to tell each and every one of y'all, man, thank y'all for just tuning into the show each and every Tuesday. I want to say this episode 207, man. Like, we in the building, man. 207 episodes, meaning we started this in 2022. 2022, we started this, man, and we have just been on a journey. Just thank y'all for just letting me evolve. Thank y'all for sticking with us as the show evolves. Thank y'all for also allowing us to help you evolve. And so for everybody that watch us, whether you at work, whether you at home on a sofa, whether you are in the kitchen cooking, whether you are, in the bedroom, just laying in the bed, relaxing, watching TV, wherever you watching us at, man, we thank y'all. We ask y'all to share it out with somebody as we continue to grow and continue to get better, continue to drop knowledge, man. It's because of y'all that we get to grow. And we do not take that lightly. Like, you all helped us. You are the reason why we are here. And so we want to just tell y'all, like, just thank y'all for that. So, for sure. Just got something on my mind that I think is essential for tonight. I want to start by saying that it always starts with a silent voice. And sometimes the voice tells us you can do it. Sometimes the voice helps us build the vision. Sometimes the voice helps us understand why it's worth it. But sometimes the voice can also distract us. Sometimes the voice can also cause doubt. Sometimes the voice can also implement fear. And that voice comes in the package of a whisper. And the whisper is not always designed to forcefully take us off course. The whisper can sometimes linger around long enough to make us misstep. And the thing about the journey that we are all on is a couple missteps can now change the trajectory of where we're going at. There was a science project that said that, like, if they shot a rocket to the moon, it had to be really, really precise for it to land. Because 1 inch off 100 feet doesn't look bad. But 1 inch off 10,000 feet puts them in another orbit. 1 inch off 300,000 feet switches that. 1 inch off 500,000 feet, now you on a whole nother planet. 1 million feet away, 1 inch off now just changes the trajectory of where we're going. So I'm saying is, like, the whispers can make us move little by little, but over the long term, we realize that, damn, how did I miss where my X marks the spot? So I want to talk about the intoxicating whispers. I want to talk about the ones that for some time we can use them as barriers of entry. Like, sometimes we start the journey with just the whisper. It keep us up at night. Sometimes the whispers is all we have because we don't have the money at the time. And so the whispers are what encourages us. Sometimes the whispers are what fuels us. Sometimes the whispers are the thing that keep us going. We have nothing else. Sometimes the whispers are just the fuel that ignites us day by day. But then we get to certain parts of the journey, the whispers become the thing that says, do it tomorrow. Sometimes the whispers be the thing that says, you can relax today. Sometimes the whispers are the force that tells us you aren't worthy. Sometimes the whispers tell us this is as far as you can go. Sometimes the whispers can tell us you aren't smart enough. Sometimes the whispers can tell us your mama ain't do it, your daddy ain't do it, then why will you do it? And so we got to be willing to decipher the whispers that we allow to penetrate the journey. And it brings me to Luke 15 when we talk about the prodigal son. Right? It brings me to Luke 15, we talk about the prodigal son. We talk about a son that wanted his father's living will. Meaning a living will is essentially saying, I want what you promised me before you die. So he was intoxicated by some whispers that influenced him to be entitled. And entitlement now alters the trajectory of his life. And so he tells his father, give me my portion of the living will. So now the whisper made him disregard the person who was planning on putting him in a safe space. Right? And so what happens to us on a journey is there's people we go to for information. There's people that we go to for mentorship. There's people that we go to for guidance, but there's outside whispers that make us now not appreciate the person that we go to for safety. Some of you all and some of us, and I'll use myself for example, we have been on a journey so long, we sometimes feel like we know it all. Right, I'm gonna use myself for example. Like how many times people told me don't do something, but because I know what I've been through in my experiences, I felt like I had enough calluses on me where I can go on my own. I felt like I had enough information. I felt like I had enough knowledge. I felt like I had been on this journey already, so I already knew what was ahead of me, and I disregarded guidance because the whispers was loud. And the whispers just little by little, they deviate us from the path. Just little by little. And so the prodigal son then tells his father to get the living will. His father obliges to it, and then the whispers get louder. Because the thing about intoxication is, intoxication doesn't stop you from walking, it just makes you walk a little slow. Intoxication doesn't stop you from talking, it just makes you talk with a slur. Intoxication doesn't make you stop seeing, it just makes the vision a little blurry. Intoxication doesn't make you forget who you are, it just makes you forget why you're doing the thing. The intoxication, because it alters, it doesn't change. It alters, it doesn't stop. And the little bit of altering can now take us off course. And so what happens a lot of times is we got to understand the difference from being buried and being planted. We got to sometimes let the darkness do the dirty work. Sometimes we got to be willing to let the darkness do the dirty work. Like it's a difference from being in the casket and being in the soil. Right? Like the casket mean it's over and done. The soil mean we got to navigate the darkness, and the darkness will nurture us, and we still need the darkness to give us life. So sometimes the intoxication can pivot us to darkness, but the darkness is necessary. Yeah. Because I come from an era where they say the hard head make us soft. Yeah. And sometimes the hard head is necessary. The matter of fact, the hard head is a prerequisite. It's a prerequisite. So the prodigal son, it says he squandered his living will. Squandered, meaning he wasted it. And he wasted it on women, he wasted it on food, he wasted it on alcohol, and he splurged. He had the time of his life. He was YOLOing. Right? Because the whispers got so loud, it made him forget that, hey, this is all you got. There is no backup plan. Intoxicated by the whispers. And so what happens when, watch this, y'all. This is crazy. But this is crazy. Now, mind you, you got to remember the prodigal son is of a certain ethnic group. And so because he is of a certain ethnic group, his belief is he don't want his heritage would have nothing to do with swine. Like, this is where it gets deep at, right? Like, if you go study his heritage would have nothing to do with swine. But the whispers can be so intoxicated, it'll make you go against the grain. It'll make you live in some things that at one point in time was beneath you. It will make you go against the very thing that you grew up knowing you were better than. Now, I'm not saying that nobody is better than anybody, but what I am saying, there's a certain standard that he comes from, and that wasn't of the standard. But because he was intoxicated with the whispers outside of the standard, it made him live in the standard, it made him dwell in the standard, and it made him eat from a standard. Because the whispers don't stop you from living, it just make you forget who you are. It make you forget that you got standards. So when you intoxicated by the whispers, what the whispers do is they make you forget that, hey, I'm better than this. You start having conversations that you normally wouldn't have. You start doing some of the things that you normally wouldn't do. Watch this though, Jose. You start accepting things that you would have walked away from had you been in an environment that upheld the standard. I'm gonna use my cuz for a second right quick, just for a little second. Like when he first moved, I said, cuz, listen, do not go move to Atlantic Station. I said, hey, don't go move down there. Stay here. Stay out here by me. I live down there already. I know we're going to come with that. You come from a small city. You've been around. This is new. It ain't like visiting where you got a couple days and then you go back home. It's a difference from living in it. So he said, oh, man, I got it. I said, all right now. Well, you out here by me, we working out every day, we pushing each other every day, we eating right. There's a standard here, right? There's a standard, right? I say, hey, get a crib close here. But he grown, and when we grown, we gotta do what we gotta do, cause we feel like we know what we want. So my guidance was heard. 60 days, I watched the gym go off a little bit. By 90 days, it was, By 6 months, different cuz. Still smart, still focused, but the discipline lacking a little bit. Because over here, he had an engine. You in this environment, he would get up and see cuz like, in this environment, he would see cuz running. So that environment made him get up before me and start walking the neighborhood with the vest on. They thought he was the owner of the house and not me. We would leave the show and go work out. It was a standard. And he had to go through a version of it. So he said, hey, bro, I really worked too hard to be looking like that. I said, I kind of told you that. I told you what's going to happen. Everything you want is at your fingertips, cuz. So it took for him to go through that to say, nope, I got to get back on it. Now he was able to, watch this, he was able to come into himself. That's the thing about being intoxicated. There is a version of you that can detox. Where you reverse engineer the whispers when you start to realize who's in the mirror, and the person in the mirror, the image in the mirror is not what I'm accustomed to. The image in the mirror is not on the same standard anymore. So the prodigal son looked at his son and said, hey, like, why am I around pigs? Why am I finding comfort in an environment that ain't of me? I don't speak pig language. So the word says he came into himself. And all that simply means is he took a look at his environment and said, I'm better than this. So there's a whisper that's deep down, no matter what we got going on, that tells us, I settled, but I'm better than this. And we got to drink more of that. That's called the super subconscious mind. It's the part of the mind that tells us consistently what we are worthy of. Now, the thing about the intoxication is there is some brutal truths that got to be met. So the prodigal son goes back home, and on the way home, he starts painting pictures on how he got to apologize to his father. That's the narrative. So now we trying to have corrective behavior. And the corrective behavior then comes with a sense of regret. Corrective behavior comes with a sense of embarrassment. Not that you embarrass who you are, but you are now embarrassed of the fact that, how did I get here? So the thing about the intoxicating whispers are, they move you enough out of the environment that builds you into the other environment that buries you. And the longer you stay buried, the longer you forget why you started. And at some point, if you stay there long enough, you start to become the environment and you regret to become who you are. This is why it's important for us to have community. This is why it's important for us to be around people who building. This is why it's important for us to get in certain rooms, not just the motivational rooms, but the rooms of people who are doing the thing that we want to do. This is why it's important for us to get around people that speak life into us consistently. This is why it's important for us to be mated with people who understand the vision. This is called, watch this, y'all. Watch this. This is called, this is my word right here. This is my phrase right here. This is called purpose compatibility. Purpose compatibility. It is the idea of being around people who may not have the same purpose for me, but understand the importance of walking in purpose. Purpose compatibility means I'm going to hold you accountable for the thing you said you want to do. Purpose compatibility is I'm going to be the whisper that refuses to let you be anything less than what you was designed for. Purpose compatibility means if I see you doing anything or moving in a way that is less than what we said we was going to do, I'm going to hold you accountable. Purpose accountability. Purpose compatibility. Purpose reinforcement. That's the intoxicating whispers. That's the ones we got to lean on. So when he walks to his father, he goes to his father not knowing he's worthy. And his father's purpose, compassion. He said, hey, go get the biggest cow for him. Go get the biggest one. Go get the fattest one. You mine. I need to reassure you. I'm not about to fuss at you. Some of our biggest problems is we get around people when we make mistakes, they want to hold the mistakes against us. We get around people when we don't do things according to how they see it. They never let us forget that. That's the intoxicating whispers that are abusive. Those are the whispers that anchor us to the past. Those are the whispers that take life from us, not put life in us. And we got to understand that we trying to build wealth. We on the journey to building wealth. We the ones that's making the first trade. We the ones that's making our first investment. We the ones that's making the first real estate deal. We the first ones that's building the business. We the first ones that's putting a portfolio together. We the first ones with retirement accounts. You may be the first one that graduated college. You may be the first one that got the PhD. You may be the first one that made 6 figures in your family. So you need to be around people that are purpose compatible. Now, this is where it gets real dangerous at right here. This is where it gets real dangerous at right here. The people that are compatible for your purpose may not be your blood. The people that help you get to where you go at, you got to be okay with that being people not in the same household as you. I heard this from Pastor Darius this weekend, and I said, oh, this is so good. Like, what happens when the people in the house with you don't see your purpose? Watch this. And it ain't because they don't see your purpose because they don't know you designed for it. They don't see it because they wish it was them. They don't see it because they blinded by the envy of wishing it was them. Because if we look at the story, again, this is me analyzing what I heard Sunday and putting it into perspective in my own way. When we think about it, like Samuel was a better father to David than Jesse. Jonathan was a better brother to David than his brothers. So what happens when the people outside of the household are willing to submit to your purpose because it helps the betterment of what we're doing? What happens when the people who you didn't sleep in the bed with, and the people that you didn't look up to, and the people that you love, they don't see your impact, they don't see your power, but it's the people outside the house. You gotta be willing to let those intoxicating whispers be the water of life, because the ones inside the house will make you a drunkard of despair. And so as we get into this part of the season, as we get into this part of the year, as we got 4 months left in the year, I need us to get around people, and I need us to be in environments that are compatible to our purpose. And I need us to get intoxicated on those voices, and we need to detox on anything that takes us away from who we are. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Trapper 2, this episode 207, Intoxicating Whispers. Let's go.
This portion of Trapper 2 is
we need
brought
that.
to you by Wheaties.
We need that. We need that. We need that, bro. We need that, bro. We need that, bro. We need that, bro.
That boy say, let the darkness do the dirty work. Difference between a casket and being in the soil.
Come on.
That's all first verse. That's just
Come on.
That's just coming out of nowhere. You just pull that out the air.
Every time. You know that, bro.
Bruh.
How we feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. After
Feeling
that
good.
one, you know what I'm saying?
Feeling
We had
good.
a little situation with YouTube. Had to refresh. They be trying to kick us out a little bit with the audio.
Are people good?
But nah, we good. People coming back in, you know what I'm saying? But we still straight. Everybody
Okay.
ain't have the problem, but
Okay.
yeah, so we good.
Okay. Bro, I want to tell you, man, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. You did something this week that inspired me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I had tears in my eye, bro.
That's real.
I had tears in my eyes, bro. Seeing you and your lady get baptized together, bro. Man, that was such a it was so powerful, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was powerful because I don't know if I ever saw that. The lady get baptized together, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I don't know if I ever saw that. And I remember seeing it, bro, and I was like, damn. That's good.
You mean like a husband and wife doing it at the same time? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I ain't never saw that, bro. Like, and I just saw that, bro, and I just had a moment, bro. Like, it was Sunday. I was still in Miami. Just chilling, just, like, getting myself prepared. Like, I'm about to really start taking those little Friday, Saturday, Sunday trips just to, like,
Reset.
Reset, bro. It was really good for me, bro, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And when I saw that, bro, like, my eyes got like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I thought about just, damn, bro, like, that's good right there.
Literally the second best day of my life.
Yeah, bro, like, I saw it, bro. I was like, I probably watched it a couple times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like, just seeing that and being like, damn, like, just, us being good, us being homies, us being bros, like, just watching your transition into that. And watching you, watch this, not submit to your wife, but watching you submit to your marriage, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, watching you submit to your marriage, bro, like, as a man, like, bro, like, I'm so inspired by that. And I know it ain't peaches and cream all the time, you know what I'm saying? But it's worth it.
Yeah. Way worth it. Because the
worth
other
it, bro.
side is a totally different.
Like, I see it, bro, and like, I just want, I definitely just want to give you salute. I want to give you props for that, dog. That was amazing, man. Again, because I know Ash, you know what I'm saying? She's such a dope human being. And so, just seeing that, bro, like, just seeing, like, the idea of, like, like, and in my mind, I think I played, I kind of, like, maybe played the process out, where I was like, I wonder what that looked like. Hey, babe, let's go get baptized together. Or like, what that look like? Are we spending time together? And not you, it's just me, because I'm a visual person, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, like, just seeing that, like, just like, yo, babe, like, it got to start with us at least, praying together.
Yeah.
Right? So you praying together, then you going to church together, you be having some Bible study together, and then it becomes man, let's, I guess it becomes one of them things like, hey, let's get baptized together. Like, Matt, no matter if you got baptized before, whatever, like, let's do this together. Because this becomes a new version of who we both are spiritually, and like, let's like, a blessed, like, let's go to another level of blessing this marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So I just was like, I sat on that for a minute, cause I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. Like, I was like, damn, that's hard.
One of the things she always says, I have a quiet leadership. My quiet leadership is based off of the actions. Yeah. Right? You know how some people be like, yo, do this, do that, hit you on the head with the Bible, this, that, and the third. You need to do, let's open up these scriptures, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I'm gonna just show you with the walk. Yeah. So the walk has led it to this place. And I planted the seed a while back, but then she was like, nah, we doubling down on it. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The enemy tried to stop me.
That's what you're supposed to do.
He tried to stop me from, because it was like, all right, well, you did it before. All you got to do is be on the side and just record it. Or this, that, and the third. I was watching the videos beforehand online, and I got the weakest stomach on earth. Don't flush me.
No, I got the weakest. I know that already. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know already, though.
Bruh, the weakest. For all the trappers who are listening, if you Google weakest stomach on earth, you're going to see me posing with my glasses on. Weakest stomach, right? So I'm in there and I'm looking. You got 4,800 people.
Right.
Divided by 6 pools, that's roughly 833. Bruh, the water was brown like Ovaltine. Bruh. So if you look at the video, right? I gotta be me, right? If you look at the video, I'm like coughing beforehand, just a little. I said, I done switched out the gum rotation before getting in. Bruh, I'm literally praying. I said, enemy, you ain't gonna get me this time. I promise you. But you couldn't see the floor. I gotta take a sip now, because bruh, It was bad. So I was nothing but Jesus, I promise you. It was nothing but the grace and mercy of the Lord Jesus Christ, the Father and the Holy Spirit. They was not playing with me, boy. No, see, with the river, it's different. You got moving water. Bruh, it was hot out there. People was marinated. And they just got in and rinsed off. Anywho, but that's why I said second best day of my life. Congratulations. Yep. Y'all know. The unadulterated truth. Bruh, you already know. Go back when you look at the video again, you be like, I see it. No, what made it worse, I knew they had the cameras on me. So we got the big screens in here, bruh, it's like 200 times this size. I said, I know they got the cameras on me. And I was like, don't throw up. just don't throw up on the big screen. They already went viral for the proposal. I don't need them to go viral for me throwing up. And in the yeah. Shout out to everyone. Yep.
I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. Like, you are so good at, like, just messing a moment up, bro. You are like the epitome of, like, I'ma mess the moment up.
She said, look, as she even said, she's like, this is what I live with. I signed up for it. Do you think this bad? You should be at home.
No. Whatever, bro. I'm not even gonna flush you because, like, I don't want God to think I'm flushing the baptism. So
nah, it was beautiful. It was just a fight. It was just a fight.
I'll just let that one go. Anyway. Yeah, bro. I think it was phenomenal, bro. This guy here, bro. Jesus. B, I think it was I saw it and I was like, damn, bro, like, that's cool, bro. I think that it makes me think about, like, just leadership, bro.
Yeah.
I think leadership in a relationship is, I think when I looked at it, I just was thinking about leadership. Like,
yeah.
You know, you plant seeds consistently. And then I think what I do like about it is, in my mind, I think I thought about it from this perspective too. To get to that point, you have to come to a point where you think about, you know, here's what I've been through in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I've been through in my life. Two people from two different experiences who are consciously saying, I'm not going to let what I've been through in the past, like, alter how I see you and alter or be in conflict with where we want this thing to go, right? And I think when I see that, I look at the totality of it. And I'm like, you know, here's a man and a woman that decided, like, let's take this journey. So then, like, you look at it in totality. Like, I remember when you first started talking to Ash, right? And the conversation we would have, when it go from that to, like, you know, I'm gonna put it out there, like, bro, I ain't saying nobody but her.
Yep.
Right? And I remember the conversations like, bro, like, this person hit me up, dog. Like, bro, like, I ain't answering, or maybe I did text, but, like, it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, just trying to shake that. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember you got to a point where you was like, bro, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, I'm on this right here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm watching the gradual build up. And then I remember get to a point like, yeah, it's me and Shorty.
All in.
You know what I'm saying? Then I remember get to a point where like, bro, she pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember get to a point where like, she worked me dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to the point like, is she the one, dog? I'm like, okay. And then you get to the point like, she pissing me off again. And then you graduate to like, but she worth it.
Yeah.
So it goes from like, she the one to like, she pissed me off, but it's like, but she worth it.
Yep.
And then then I remember you coming like, yeah, we gonna move in together. You know what I'm saying? And so then it's like, hey, I bought the ring.
November 1st. Hey,
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, hey, bruh, I want to pop the question at the event. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you get a little further like, man, I'm really about to do this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I guess I replay all of that and I get to now it's, yeah, we're gonna get baptized together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so as a man who sees that, I'm like, damn, that's good. You know what I'm saying? And like, I guess because I look at it today and I look at like every time we get on the internet, we see, you know, black, and I think it was even more, I think traumatizing, but the residue of them keeps us from maybe being vulnerable like we're supposed to be.
Yep.
Or maybe giving up, or maybe saying like, man, whatever, bro, like, I'm standing on business about this, you know, I ain't folding on this. And so when I just see that from you, I just see compromise. I see consistent compromise.
Yeah.
Compromise. Even when you come in here like, hey, bro, my girl did the monthly thing. And so, bro, we gotta get that. You know, if it was just me, bro, I wouldn't really be tripping on the pro presenter, but it's my girl. And I'm like, yeah, that's compromise. It's like, that's my dog, and I ain't really tripping on the bread, but it's my girl. And we got to compromise. You know what I'm saying? So I just see that, like, consistent compromise with, like, you and your girl, bro. And I admire it, bro. I commend it, bro. Like, I wish y'all the best, bro. Like, especially in a world where, you know, right now we just seeing so many, like, black couples just break up.
Yep.
And it gets, like, polarized.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so just watching y'all, bro, like, I seen it. And it's like y'all don't take away from each other. It's like y'all add to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, even just seeing how you dress, I'd be like, yup, Ash put that on that nigga.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, bro, maybe I went on it a little too long, but, man,
Nah, that's real.
I just see it, bro, and I just want to say, like,
I'll just say this last part, the way on social media they've tried to break up the black family.
yeah.
And like you said, it's polarizing. Black man can't do this. Why women always doing, bruh, it's so sickening. And I was like, all right, let me just like I said, leading by example and just being in that space. And it's a constant work. It's a constant daily evolution in that space. And I'm just tired of seeing that.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Me
too,
over.
bro.
It's 2026. Come on, man. We've been doing that since, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get active.
Let me ask you one question before we get into the show. Like, what do you think has been, again, you freshly married, so I'm not looking at you as like, you got marriage down pat. You got a long way to go.
Right.
What do you think has been the hardest transition for you? And like saying, yo, this is my wife. What do you think has been just, you know, what has been the hardest transition for you? And saying like, excuse me, fam, I apologize for that. What do you think as a man who's newlywed, you know, what do you think has been the hardest transition for you, you know, like accepting husbandry?
Let's say it like this. You got to think, prior to this, my number one role was being a father.
Mm-hmm.
As a husband now, fatherly duties take a level step down. So that has been the fight of, oh, you know what? I still got 4 remaining children in 4 different like places. And that dichotomy, now as a husband, is like, no. This is first. that, everything else is second. Being a father is second.
That's so big, bro.
So
I never thought about that.
That has been the thing or whatever. And she's been working with me in that also. So that's the beautiful
she give you
thing.
grace to go through that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think she give you grace?
Definitely. Yeah.
Because do you see yourself sometimes like trying to put the kids first? Like as a, not intentionally, but like as a like innate nature because you've been doing it for so long.
Sean 23, I've been doing this since I was 21.
Yeah.
Dog, 21. She even says it. She was like, bro, you've been a father and taking care of multiple people more than over half of your whole life.
So good, bro.
So that's all I knew since 21.
So good.
Go get it. Take care of this person. Take care of this person. Take care. So now I got it where somebody's taking care of me. Boy, about to have me teared up in this joint.
So you got to reverse engineer.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
That's big, bro.
Yep.
I thank you for that, bro. I think that may be one of the things.
And so they said fatherhood should never be second. Let me make sure we clear as far as biblically.
You don't got to do that. You don't got to do that.
Okay.
You don't got to do that.
Right,
You got to do that. You got to do that.
I mean, I can explain it a little bit. And
we already know how I go.
You know what I'm saying? But
everybody got their own thing, but
we know.
We biblically know how I go. I like that. So I think one of my things that would be something I would have to really like battle with. Because like Leah is freaking everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how do I now like say, no, like you're before her. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Like you saying that, it's like, damn, that is real. Like that's how it's supposed to go. And so like in my mind, I'm like, damn, like how do I put, that's my blood.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's so good. But like that's the alignment. Cause like if you ask people this thing, like, they had this thing going around like a while back was like, if like something was drowning, like would you do this? I'm like, yo, I'm going for shorty first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that's just hypothetical, so it don't make any sense.
Yeah.
But like, hearing you say that, like, no, like my wife come first. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like for me, that would be such a.
Hey, with Leah 10, right?
Leah's 10.
Again, Sean 23, and I
had
5.
Damn, that's good, bro.
So it's compounded.
Damn, that's good, bro. That's see, that's what saved you from getting flushed. I was holding it because I was like, maybe I'm gonna hit him later, but you just saved yourself with that one because that's something that is really vital. I think as you grow into like trying to do it the right way, it's like no, wifey comes before the. Damn, that's good. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. All right, let's get to our show, man. All right. Somebody said that is stupid no matter how you put it. Kids come first, FOH. Man, Pac-Man Jones, I appreciate your perspective, fam. I'm not here to argue with you about it. Like, appreciate your perspective. Shout out to Ash for the super chat. Trap has been a part of our individual stories before we even a couple. We love you, baby. AVG, go get it. Appreciate the super chat, fam. All right, let's go. E Will, what's good, brother? I see you. Pac-Man Jones, I see you. Tori Williams, I see you. Bud, I see you. I can't, bro. I got Dub. I see you. Pullback Queen, I see you. Tyler Breezy, what's good? I see you. Ashley, no love, I see you. I'm C, I see you. Thavion, I see you. Gabriel D. Parks, I see you. SB Glow, I see you. The nurse trader Robin Pierce, I see you. Let's get it, man. Sire Davis, I see you. Stello 7076, I see you. The Jam Bam Effect, I see you. Action Jackson 1407, I see you. Nick Louisiana, I see you. Carolina Blue, I see you. Boogie Down 502, I see you. Will Mac 333, I see you. Earnso 23, I see you. Mills the Difference, I see you. Black 592 Investor, I see you. Shelly Booker, I see you. CJ 55060, I see you, fam. LaRon Carter 1206, I see you. Damn City 3541, I see you. Stu Gotti, I see you. LG Smiley, I see you. I am Monche, I think that's it. I see you. Doug Perry, I see you. Blue Fire, I see you. Zaywill 2-0, I see you. Professor Pat, I see you. Netta Freedom, I see you. TC Talks, TC Fitness, we see you, family. KB Mississippi Trapper, we see you, family. It's really going fast. Stage 2 Trader, we see you. The Verdict, Bell, what's good, family? I see you. Horace Moore, we see you. Chopper Fellas, we see you. Nathan Higgins, I see you. Cali TV, I see you, fam. Double Law, what's good, love? Pascal, we see you. I am Tori Lynn, I see you. Connie Rob 310, I see you. Jules 67, we see you, family. Shazam X, we see you. It's the concept, we see you. Nate the Great, what's happening, family? I see you, bruh. Be Easy 216, I see you. Paul Briggs, I see you. My Spot Healing, I see you. Tamara Buchanan, I see you. Dave Irvin, I see you. Langston 2 Live, I see you, family. B Walsh, I see you, family. The Bronx in the building, I see you, family. VG075, I see you. Lawn Care Trapper, I see you. First Gen Millionaire, I see you. Shawty Shawty, I see you. Nola Kid, I see you. Just get a couple more in here. Two Trap, I see you. You said that. I'm saying I see you. Couldn't get that one out. You know what I mean? Mr. Tonic, I see you. Okay. Wall Street Mac, I see you. Aura F, Aura LLC, BMO, I see you. Dennis Clark, I see you. Eric OG64, I see you, fam. Trying to just call as many people as I can. Dale Johnson, I see you. Joseph MB6Z, I see you. Tony Gold, I see you, man. Hood Genius 83, I see you. Tony Gold, I see you. Shameless on Wall Street, I see you. All right, man, let's get to it tonight, man. Yo-Yo Smith, I see you. I see y'all, man. I'll call y'all out more. Somebody said, that's enough, Trap. Time to go. All right, I got you. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's go with our mantra, man. How we feeling about that mantra? All right. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I have turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Hey, bro, you know what? Bro, I don't got no munchies, cuz. That's crazy. Cuz I don't got no munchies.
What?
Munchies.
Munchies?
Munchies.
Munchies.
Cuz what kind of munchies you got? You lie.
Ain't nobody got no munchies?
All right, I'm about to see something right quick. Man, nobody ain't got no munchies? How y'all gonna let me do a whole show with no munchies, cuz?
No apple, no grapes.
What that is, Bernard?
Some almonds.
Chocolate cover? I'm going to holler at you, Bernard.
A little snack pack. That's the ones that you get at the airplane.
Hold up. I got something for y'all right quick.
You ordering food?
Man, leave me alone.
Wait, what you ordering? At least say that.
Chill. chill. Here we go. I just need, here we go. Because y'all down bad. Don't turn the music on.
Use code WLLUN.
Hold up.
Check
Don't
out.
do that, Jose, bro. I got to make sure it's coming to the, let's speed that up. Tell Zoe be ready. Come on. All right, so I need y'all to forgive me.
Hey, you quick on that drink.
What?
Real talk.
I know what I'm going. I know what I'm coming for.
The whoop-de-wop drink.
I know what I'm coming for, cuz. I know what I'm coming for.
Shoot.
I'm
scrolling. Trying to figure out.
No. I know exactly what I'm coming for, man. And I'm not getting no Granny Smith apples. That's a fact. All right, so I know what I'm coming for. All right, so y'all gotta excuse me tonight, y'all. I got off a plane today and I forgot my laptop. My iPad. So I apologize for that. But I do have a couple of charts up. Did Steve get the charts that I sent him? No. I sent him, tell him, look, in his, I sent it to his DM, you heard me? Because that was easier for me to get to him with. I sent him a couple of charts. I sent him a chart of the VIX. Huh? Nah. Tell him I sent him a thing of the VIX. I sent him a thing of Nvidia Earnings. There you go. Come on, what you talking about? We ain't got no chart. Yeah, I sent that to Steve. Yeah, once I realized I ain't had the laptop, I'm like, all right, let's go. It is. Somebody said, Trap, that is unacceptable. Bell, you right. My team told me it's unacceptable, and I'm like, I already got 3 iPads. I'm not about to buy another one just because I missed it today. So.
And 3 pens.
So give me, today, give me the benefit of the doubt today. Just give me the benefit of the doubt today. But I made up for it in a way so y'all can see something. So let's go. Let's look at what we got. All right, so I wanted to show y'all something about the VIX and how it is keeping pace with seasonality until July and August. So if we look at this, we see that where we at right now in late August, I want us to see how the VIX is going up on the bottom chart, which is the VIX, which is the S&P seasonality. Notice if you go to March is where it need to be at. And if you come all the way down to April, May, June is where it need to be at. June, you get the spike. July, it comes down, which it did. August, we get a little spike, right? Now, the difference is late August, where we had a spike on the VIX at the bottom, this year it went down, right? So, and I've been saying this, I think I talked to my guy, Zay. I was like, damn, I say, boy, that VIX is really, really quiet. It's hovering between 14 and 15. And if you don't know what the VIX is the volatility index, meaning when the VIX is really, really high, it means the market is under pressure, so the market starts to come down, right? So it's coming down. So what's happening right now is, if we notice, September and October, so I've been saying it in the Patreon, like, yo, September and October tend to be like really, really, really like high VIX months. And so I've kind of, like even today, I took like 2 positions. I got out of them into strength. So like, all right, the market kind of rallied today. Let me get out of these 2 positions into strength. I got out of Goldman Sachs play and a Morgan Stanley play. We'll show y'all the money. And then maybe like Monday, I just cut my tech plays. I was like, bro, I'm gonna just take an L on these. Like, I don't want to go at September seasonality with all this stuff going on. And I also gonna show y'all something tonight that I usually don't show to the end of the year because I want to just give people an idea of where I'm at. So I just want us to be protected. And it's not saying that history always repeats itself, but it often does rhyme. Let me see the comments right quick. Somebody said, 3 iPads and not one designed for trapping Tuesdays. Yes, there is one designed for trapping Tuesdays. The problem with it was I left it at home. You know what I'm saying? It's not here. I literally took it home the last time I was here. I don't know why. I was moving too fast. I tucked it in the bag and I went straight out of town, so it got left here. So that's my problem. That's my fault. So just y'all know I don't do that much. Somebody said, my one Goldman Sachs play turned green. 100%, Bell. And I took profit on the day. I took profit on Goldman Sachs. I took profit on Morgan Stanley. And I just bought it. I sold it into strength because what's been happening lately is, and I said this in a Patreon, I was like, what's been happening is the market has been rallying and we get these couple days rally. And what's been happening is the institution has been making the market rally and you've been getting buyers to buy in. And once you buy in, they get enough buy-in, they get enough liquidity because they make you think the market is rallying, but it's not rallying on strength. It's not rallying on volume. They trap us in and then it fall down. So the setup's not even reclaiming old structure. It's kind of falling back down. And so now you're a trap buyer and you know what I'm saying? So I just was like, all right, y'all, like, I don't want to fight them going into this season of the year. I would rather, kind of navigate, pick my spots real meticulously, let the market prove itself, but then downsize on my positioning, which we've been downsizing since kind of like July, maybe late June, maybe early July, maybe mid-July, probably like after my birthday, we came back from Italy, kind of just been downsizing, seeing some bases and then like things just collapsing, but now seeing gold, Bitcoin. So we've been seeing like it really has been a really choppy market. It's been a grinded out kind of market where I posted something in the Patreon today where I said, yes, we see the setups forming, but we need a market to give us follow through. And so now what we'll see like some companies are setting up for weeks at a time. And so that'll be interesting to see. So let's go a little further. I think we should have a chart on there we go. Yep. So tomorrow we have the Nvidia has earnings tomorrow. And so here's the last 4 times what Nvidia did for earnings. They beat revenue, they beat earnings, and raised guidance. But here's the last 4 times they had earnings. They had 17 days to recover from this dip, which was a 10% dip. And then the next time it reported earnings, it had a 12-day dip of 9%. Then in Q1 earnings, Q4 earnings had a 16% dip. That's the one where remember we got up on a chair like, we don't care about Michael Burry, we don't care about shot up by like 9%. Then like the next morning, boom, just gave us a 16% drawdown, and it took 33 days to recover from that dip. The last earnings, it fell 6.5%, and it took 7 days to recover from that dip. And so here we are. And so, we're looking at like what can happen here. And if I would have got it on the 200-day moving average when I was supposed to get it at 189, I would have bought a leap on it, but I didn't get it at 189, so I'm not compelled to play earnings. Carolina Blue sent one Wall Street looks like us non-network members. Let's go, man. We appreciate that, you hear me? So for that, beloved. And so we have that. So my goal is to just give us enough data and enough stats so we can make conscious decisions moving forward. Outside of that, we've also know we have PCE data tomorrow. We also know we have Jackson Holdings talks this week too. So all of those things are just going into late August into September. We got tariffs back on the table with Trump in Canada. All of this stuff is going on right now. The Treasury buying back bonds, and that's not even holding up in the market. So we got a lot going on right now. And so I was willing to say, like, man, I'm good. Like, I'm good on us just sitting back, kind of just chilling for right now, letting the market play out the way it's supposed to. Where they at? Come on, best swingers. Shout out to my girl, Jamie. That's Jamie. That's my girl, Jamie, that said that. Oh, no. All right, so yeah. All right, so let's go a little further, man. Let's go a little further. I think we have another one with maybe the S&P on it. No, not that one. We may have one. Let me see. We may have one. No. Damn, I didn't send him that one. Oh, there is one that says healthy stock, overbought stock. It's like a step. There you go. Good job. So here's something that I want us to look at. I presented this to the squad because I want us to see this, and I want us to see how this looks. So the top is what a healthy stock charts look like. You see a high create a low to a high. From a high, you'll see a low, and then you'll see a higher high created, and then you'll see a higher low created, and then you'll see a higher high created, then a higher low. That's what a healthy chart looks like. That's what a healthy chart look like. Then you'll see like an overbought stock. And what an overbought stock gonna look like is you're going to see where it looks like it's just going straight up like a Nike check backwards. It's going straight up. And the reason why that can be overbought is because it doesn't get a break to come back down. Pascal, I'm not going whiteboard, bro. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not going whiteboard, bro. Go look at the Wallstreet Trapper YouTube when I do whiteboards, right? So that's when we get the check mark that comes all the way up. It comes look like a backward Nike check. And so that becomes an overbought because you don't get the actual break that it needs, that exhaustion pullback. And so that can be kind of interesting to look at. And then the FTL barbecue 5 standard deviation from a stock is when you see a flat line and then just a straight up, like that's the ones we gotta avoid. That's when it's like basin, flat line, flat line, flat line. Then you see that shoot up. What happened is people will chase that. So those are kind of 3 of the things that I wanted us to look at when it came to like some chart reading and some things like that. So let's go a little further. You know, the people want to see the money, Jose. Let's get to the money. Let's show them the money. All right, so as you'll see, man, we small. So I put in an AVGO leap, and you can notice, like, you can know I'm downsized because my position is not really, really big. So we downsized on a lot of stuff. We looked at a few things. So this was an AVGO leap. Once it went past the 200, you can see I got a 27 call on it. It's a leap, so it didn't go big on it. And, you know, I have a method where I say if I can get a great company that falls below the 200-day moving average, like, I'm not going to go heavy on it, but I will put a leap in it. So I did it with AVGO. And here's my Chevron play. I put this play in. I actually believe that with everything play been kind of holding up, Palantir play kind of down like 2%, 3%, something like that. It is consolidating right now. Had a nice run up, then it's just, I think it's taking a breather right now. And then I have my travel play that I put in for December 2027. It's a traveler's play based on that. So nothing really like heavy. Took some profit on Eli Lilly, took some profit on ABV, cut all of my tech plays right now because it's just out of rotation. And with the Goldman Sachs and the Morgan Stanley play, it wasn't nothing big. It rallied 10. Both of them rallied really big today. So I sold into strength just to prepare myself for what's ahead. Let's go to this next slide. This next slide should see like what I'm up year to date. Cash it should say year to date on it. There you go. So I'll give some perspective on this. Usually I wait to the end of the year to show this. But I know, you know, people have been seeing a lot. This is from my trading, this is from my TD Ameritrade account. I will say this, I was up 2.4. I was up 2.4 million right around my birthday. So market did hit me for like 800. And the culprit behind that, and this is me being realistic, and I showed it, like we had a 1-point-something million month in April. We had a like killer month in May. In 2 months, I probably made almost $2 million. And didn't really have no really big trades all during the year. Like some big ones came through, but June kind of chopped away, but July kind of punched me in my face like big time. Late July, August, because again, the freaking, what I'm trying to say here, STX play punched me in the face like 3 times. With the first play being the biggest one when I got hit for the 300. Then I got hit for like 100 back to back. Then SNDK hit me. Then we had some winners inside of that. Like the other winners and losers kind of like balanced out a little bit from size perspective. But SNDK, MU, and XTX really like punched the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I just gotta be 100% real because I was up at like 2.4. So just like the beginning of the year was cool. We was doing really good. We was kind of like, like 60-40 on our wins and losses. But then like March, that April, May, we went berserk. Like I said, I think April we had the $1.1 million a month. May we probably had like $600,000-$700,000 a month, something like that. That was good. July wasn't bad, but like June wasn't bad, but like after I came back from Italy, bro, like that thing just started whooping on me. You feel me? And then they had ran up so much, so I was like seeing it break down, but so yeah, so I just wanted to show people that so they can get an idea of like, where your boy at, man. So we sitting on $838,000 in cash with the 4 or 5 plays we in right now. So we probably got $1 million and something in cash all the way through. I don't think I got 100,000 in not one play I'm in right now. I think the most I'm in any play I'm in right now maybe 40,000, maybe 40, 50,000, maybe 50,000, something like that, 50, 60,000, something like that. So we're a little over 1 million in cash, probably like one. Well, I mean, and that, so we, again, 1.6 million in realized gains. My goal is to get this back to 200,000 by the end of the year. I mean, 2 million by the end of the year. Would love to have a $2 million year, coming off a $4 million in 2024, coming off almost $1 million year last year after losing 1.5, getting it back. So this was just me trying to just be transparent, you know what I'm saying, with the squad. I was up 2.4, bro, so that's it shit punched me in the face. And I hate to give them that back. Let me preface that. That is the downside of being in plays like SNDK, MU, STX. They cost a grip. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they did. So, I will say that. You know what I'm saying? So, just wanted to be transparent with the squad middle of the year. And I usually wait till the end of the year to show it, but that's where I'm at right now. And my goal is to finish the year at least at 2 million. And let me say this too. Let me give a caveat to this. The reason why I'm still like that is because when I'm trading good, I trade big. When I'm trading good, I am freaking aggressive. No lie. You know what I'm saying? When I'm trading good, I'm trading super aggressive. So like pullback buys, I'm in 200,000. Is like when I'm trading good, it's enough for me to put 300 in a play, 400 in a play, $500,000 in a play. You know what I'm saying? Even $1 million in a play. And I ain't gonna lie, after I put that $1 million in the play, I kind of probably been That's when the shit started. that's when things started. Like, oh, that's what you want to do? So that's kind of what happened. And when I see, and I use the same rules, like when I'm not trading my best, when I see some of my trades starting to fail, I kind of shrink to a quarter position so they don't be as big. So, yeah, man, that's where I'm at, y'all. Just wanted to give y'all some perspective on where your boy at. And 100% that check engine light started hitting, you heard me? So just wanted to give y'all a heads up. Again, just wanted to be transparent with, yes, I gave the market almost, I think what that is, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 7, almost $900,000 gave them that back. So 800 and some thousand gave them that back. And I'm not proud of that. I'm definitely not proud of that. Not trying to act like I'm a superstar. You know, just, if y'all know me, y'all know, like, I like to trade big. And so, you know, I've shown a $700,000 loss in 3-day time span, kind of got it back. But, yeah, they whooped my ass. So, yeah. So, at least I'm glad that I'm not down on the year, but I am pissed off about giving them that back. So, just to be realistic about that. Bro seems down today. I'm not, bro. I just look at that like, damn, I gave him back that much money. Like, that's I'm kind of frustrated about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I just believe that you don't give them back that bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't give them back that bread. So I am frustrated about that. I'm not gonna lie, because that ain't easy. You know, the goal is to capitalize when the market is running. And I've always said that I'll kind of get caught with my proverbial draws down when the market first turns, because I'll be heavy. And so that first swing gonna catch me bad. And so it caught me when I had $1 million in the play. You know what I'm saying? So it caught me in aggressive mode and it started swinging. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not gonna act like, I'm not sad, but I am pissed off. Like, I gave them back 800 and some $1,000. I'm pissed off on that, because this could have been easily, you know, a $4 million year like I did in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Like, going into this time, I could have been up 2-point-something million. Even if I gave them something back, I could have been up 2 million and had the rest of the year to really, like, pick my shots a real bit better. So, yeah, so I am kind of, you know, I'm pissed off about it. And as a trader, you kind of got to learn from it. And you're like, damn, like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyway. Yep, the memory card. That's like 80% of the money I gave back was between SNDK, MU, and STX. Like, that was probably at least 70% of the 800. That was probably 70% of the 800. Everything else kind of would have, like, balanced itself out. Yeah, so, no, I'm not going to blame it on Trump, because no matter what he says, we have to navigate the market. You know what I'm saying? We got to navigate the market. So I'm not going to blame it on him, because if it ain't him, it's somebody else. So, yeah. Go a little further. Let's go. All right, so here's the buying.
Showing the Wallstreet Trapper Patreon.
So, yeah, man, you know, we still making move in the Patreon. I think right now I just want I'm observing the market. That's why you see me on in a couple plays right now. I'm heavy cash. At one point, I was sitting in $2 million in cash. You know, at one point, I was sitting in $2 million in cash. That's like $2.1 million in cash. So, you know, come join the squad, dude, man. We still do a lot of teaching. We still do a lot of educating. Just seeing the game for what it is. So, let's go to the buy and hold. Let's go to the buy and hold. Gotta show the buy and hold. All right, so here's our buy and hold plays, man. We are still up 23%. We was up 40% in the buy and hold. Walmart, TPL, STX, PWR, Nvidia, MU. ITA, Fix, EME, and Costco. As you can see, TPL whipping my butt. Costco go from green to red, and Walmart keep going from green to red. So that's where we at. We still beating the market, so I'm not mad at that. I still feel good about that. That keeps us in trajectory of where we going at. So yeah, that's us, man. That's the Patreon. That's my portfolio flow. And that's it, man. So, tell us what you learned. Oh, such a good question. Such a good question, because from every loss, there's a dad. I think that I once I saw, the crazy part about MU and once I saw it break the 50 to the downside, once I saw that 20 cross over that 50 and it broke structure, what I should have really done, and again, this is me looking back, I should have, because they moved so big, I could have installed a little more patience to let the 20 turn back around. Because if you look at them, the charts are almost identical. I could have been patient enough to let that 20 turn back instead of me, because if you look back, the 20s and the 50 was aligned the way I wanted. So our pullback buys were really, really good. 20 and 50, once the 20 broke down under the 50, what I should have did, what I could have done, and it's a learning lesson for me, just let it come back up until it comes back up and give me exactly what I want, shift. So that's what the biggest lesson was. Because they moved that big, because they moved like that, me and Cuz talked about it before, you can see SNDK move $100 in a day, $250 in a day, $300 one day we saw it move. So I think when you know it moved like that, you kind of be like, all right, the stock is back above the 20 and the 50, but the 20 and the 50 is underneath each other. It's inverse. You know what I'm saying? So the perspective is, all right, let the 20 get back up, Trap. Let it get back on. Be patient enough to let it mature. Let it mature again. That could have easily saved me the money. Just that simple rule right there. All right, let it mature, Trap. All right, cool. Once it stuck me the first time, all right, bet. What it is here, Trap. The rules is let the 20 be on top of that. All right, cool. If it's not on top of that, we don't got to go back down and get it. So let it mature. Let it come back the way it's supposed to. You still got room. And I think once you see it moving, you bet, it's moving. It's still stacked back on top. It did reclaim some old structure. We can still enter it. And then what happens is it does reclaim, but then you get trapped. I got trapped on all of them. You know what I'm saying? And when I put the $1 million in a play, once I saw it up the next day 30%, trim some of that. Because I got 30% in one day, in 10 hours. Trim some of that. So there's a lot of learning lessons for me in that, for sure. For sure. So if I could do anything, if I could be anything, now what I will say is, being able to scale down and not forcing it no more was all right, let's scale down. That saved me from losing $1.5 million. You know what I'm saying? So being able to scale down and that, so I would say the biggest thing was being able to let it get back on top of structures, right? Let it be on top of structure and let my 20 and 50 be where it need to be at. So I think that would have been the biggest lesson. That would have been the biggest lesson for me. So thank you for asking that question. Thank you for asking that question. So I was able to give that. So yeah, I put the trade in. Y'all know I put the trade in that night. We woke up that morning. I was up. I put $1 million in. I woke up that morning. I was up $1,375,000. I was talking to George about it, and just even trimming half of that. Bro, we got 30% in the overnight. Even just trimming half of that. You got 1.3. That's what, a little 600 and some thousand. Even if you just take half of that, bro, we good. That even saves you some from that play right there. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that. I'm going to start adding that to what I'm doing. Moving forward, if we put in a play and we get 30, 40% overnight in the next day, I'm trimming half of the play. That's a new rule I'm implementing. We put a play, because what happens is, yeah, it can run, but it's going to pull back, and you don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to be trapped. So get that, because sometimes it can take us 2 days, 3 days, 2 weeks, sometimes a month to get 30%. You know what I'm saying? In our 30% is different from a day trade 30% from a price perspective. So if we get that 30, 40% overnight, the new rule for me, I learned from the new, bro, if I get that overnight, man, let me get that. Let me get half of that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a rule that I'm implementing again. So definitely was a learning lesson for me. And y'all know me, bro, I'm not afraid to talk about mistakes or learning lessons for me because you always learning, you always evolving, you always building. So yeah, man, that's where we at. So let's go a little further. All right, let's get to our word on the street. All right, man, so Canada didn't blink. As we know, Canada didn't blink, it built back. Canada has slapped $220 billion in retaliative tariffs on the U.S., more than 700 U.S. goods matching President Trump's recent 50% duties, dollar for dollar. After trade talks fell apart, Ottawa's move mirrors the size and scope of Washington's latest import taxes, from wine to cement to hockey sticks, escalating a fast-heating trade fight. And this is another reason why I'm like, Jose, can you hear me? Can they hear me in the chat? Am I good? Yeah. All right, so yeah. Yeah, he did. So this is another reason because now we got a war going on that's increasing inflation. You know, they gave back maybe $800 and something billion of the tariffs that hit us last year that we paid for. So they repay like $800 and something billion of those tariffs. And from there, now we get in a trade war again with another war going on, with inflation, with the government printing money. I just think there's a lot of tailwinds up top. And I think for me, I'm okay with not trying to, you ever look at the water and be like, hey, that water choppy. That's some real, well, I don't know, like, I was born where we used to jump in the river. So it's like, if you see a lot of currents and a lot of them little whirlpools, you be like, I'm gonna go and stay out of that one. That's a little too choppy for me. You pick that sense up, because the last thing you want to do is one or two things. You don't want to get caught by the current where it's so strong where it pull you down, where it take you and nobody can help you, or get caught in one of them whirlpools and you end up on the other side of the lake dead. So you see that, you're like, hey, that's choppy right there. I'm straight. I'm not even gonna put my foot in there. And so you go look for a calmer spot. And so I think for me, seeing all this, and because I'm not a day trader, I'm a swing trader, I want calmer waters. So my trades are really built off structure, momentum, trend lines being held, fib being held, bases being built out. It's not really happening right now. So break and retest is happening, so it's not really happening. It's really a selective market right now. And with seeing that, just when you start adding stuff like this into the market, I'm like, don't let me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll chill for a minute, I'll downsize, and I'm good. So yeah, this is not going to end, because you know what, like, I'm going to say this, like, you know what the president going to do. What are you going to do? Double down. Because he don't know how, it's like he get offended when somebody retaliate on him. He's like, oh, you did that to me? Okay, cool. Here's what he do. So just, I'm looking at the market like, all right, bro, like, what X said on the thing? Here we go again. So I think just that's where we at right now. So let's go a little further. All right, so here's something, I think I taught this years ago, but like mid-cap stocks have outperformed large cap and small cap stocks since 1985. And so one of the things I've done, even when we doing really good, like I've put us in some mid-cap trades. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually perform really, really good. If you want to look at some mid-cap ETFs, it's MDY is a mid-cap ETF that you can look at. And it does pretty good. So you can look at MID. That's pretty a good one too. So the average return since 84 is 11. Year to date is up 20. Consensus 2025, they think they get about 14, and it's cheaper at 17% PE ratio. So don't be afraid. Now, I will not trade small caps like that. I'll just trade the Russell. But we've been in some mid-cap trades, KTOS, AVAV, CLA. We've been in some mid-cap trades. I actually like trading mid-caps for sure. Y'all hit the like button. and spread this out. Let's go a little further. All right, so the S&P 500 return by decade, and let's just look at this, right? I want us to look at from the 80s. So by decades, 17% overall in the 80s, 18% in the 90s, but the 2000 got hit by the dot-com bubble and the financial crisis. Imagine having two things hit at one time in one decade. And that's why I say, like, there's a certain level of, like, for people who were investing. So first, let me say this right quick, too, before we go further, Jose. Damn, let me see something. Hold on, give me 1 second. Jose, where my other phone at, cuz? Give me 1 second, bro. I gotta do something right quick. Damn.
Yeah, so some information?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, see my other phone. Bro, where's my other phone at? Bro, I'm slipping, cuz. Bro, like, what is my life like, cuz? Oh, here you go. All right. I want to do something right quick, bro. This is important for me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is important for me. I thought about this just now, and I think this is important for me, y'all. This is important for me. This is important right quick. It ain't gonna even take me 5 minutes, y'all. This is a live show. Let me see. I hope he answers. He should answer. But anyway, to see if he answers, I'm gonna do this right quick. Let me see something. Hit me when you can. I'm live on my show. All right, so I think it's essential to understand what happened during that dot-com bubble. So think about that, right? You had a dot-com bubble crash. Now, and I want you to show how powerful this is. Watch this. You had a dot-com bubble, and then you had a financial crisis, and you still only get not even 1% of a drawback. You understand what I'm saying, George? Like from 2000 to 2010, you have a financial crisis, which was horrible, horrendous, and then you have the dot-com bubble, which like sank the market. And in a 10-year time span, you still in that time span. Watch this. So let's say you started investing in the 80s. So you did the 80s, or let's say you started in the 1990s and you up 18% in that decade. Well, even if you look at the whole next decade of the 2000s, you only lost 1%. So you really didn't do bad. Like, that's good. And then you stayed invested. You added to that by 13%. And then you come the next year and get the next decade and get 20%, which is where we are now. 15%. And so this is how we should think about, like, investing. Hold up. Tell Zoe. Tell Zoe. Yeah. And so I think that's how we should think about investing. And so I remember telling the squad, Patreon, my mastermind people, and I remember telling them, like, ain't even Trappers Anonymous, I remember saying, like, if you got like 50 shares, your goal should be, how do I get 1,000? Right? Like, when does the market give me the opportunity to get 1,000? Your goal shouldn't be, bruh, I got 50 shares, the market pulled back, I'm gonna sell my shares. Well, what are you gonna sell the shares for? Well, so I can buy it back cheaper. No, don't do that. The goal should be, cool, how do I bring my cost basis down if it gets me to that point? And so I've been telling my Patreon, I've been telling Trappers Anonymous, I've been telling the mentees in the mastermind, like, this isn't, that's it. Run me that, man. Run me that.
He said, I think so.
Yeah, run me that, cuz.
I'm assuming.
Run me that. We live, y'all, so this ain't a rerun. Let me see.
Vittles.
Ah.
Oh. The plug came through quick.
Run me that. Run me that.
What them things called again?
Almond chocolate clusters. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Them the joints they take the scoop and they just put in the bag. Ain't no name. That's the no name joints. Just they in the plastic container. Yep. Next to the jelly beans. Let me get them. That thing hitting.
You can hear me?
No, of course they can hear you. I mean, the mic is right next to your throat.
That's it. That's it.
Now we ready.
Oh, we go now. We go now, cuz. Lock up the puppies. Lock up the puppies, cuz. Let me give me another one. I'm coming, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm gonna take 3 of them out. That way I can eat them on commercial break. Woo, that boy ready now. Woo! All right, so that should be the goal for us. And I want everybody who's watching this to understand that. So when you invest in, your goal shouldn't be like, all right, I got 20 shares, 50 shares, the market going down, I'm gonna sell my shares so I can buy back lower. That's a waste of time. What you should be doing is saying, like, let me keep putting some cash up right now. Like, right now, I want everybody who watched the show, I want y'all, and here's what I'm saying. When I'm saying the market could like go down, I'm not even saying like today. I'm saying like, and here's why. Within the next year, between now and the next 8 months, I think we can have like a vicious pullback. And here's why I said, with $40 trillion in debt, with the Treasury now buying more bonds, with the war, I think that, and I could be wrong, I don't want that, but I think we can have a pullback that's kind of like a 25%er. Within the next 8 months, I think we can have like a 25%er. I think we can have like a 25%er. And because we overdue, we haven't had one since 2022. We had a bear market in 2022. We get one every 4 to 6 years. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, and put us at 5 years. So I think between now and mid-2027, I think we'll get like a big pullback. I don't know if it'll turn into an actual bear market, but I think we'll get one of those ones like, damn, we done hit that 20% mark. 25%. But listen to what happened though. It became a V-shaped recovery, meaning we fell straight down, we bounced straight up. I'm saying like, I think we'll get one that closes the year out negative.
And you said that was April last year?
Yeah, so George said, what was last year in April? Well, we got the V-shaped recovery, meaning it's called a waterfall. So it fell straight down, and then we got the V-shape that came straight back up. Remember, we came all the way down from February to March, April, we went from April to November, straight upshot. I'm saying, I think sometime middle of next year, we'll get one of them ones that like, we get a negative year. I think we'll get one of them ones where we'll get a negative year. And I think it'll probably wipe out like the first half of the year. And I think we'll get like a negative year within the next, I think probably next year, I think we'll get one. Because what's happening now is it's too unsustainable. You know what I'm saying? Because I think AI is driving the GDP. So if AI people start pulling back, GDP becomes negative. So that's what keeps us from having a recession. Because the AI companies are selling to each other, right? They building these massive data centers that's making up for like 70% of the money in GDP. Outside of that, we're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I could be wrong. I'm just thinking based on economics. That's what I see. That's what I see. Yeah. And it could be a V-shape. Like, I like a good V-shaped recovery. I like when that don't stagger out. I like when it hit, boom, back up to the top. I love a good V-shaped recovery. You know what I'm saying? They not exciting when you're going through them, but they beautiful when you're coming out of them. You know what I'm saying? Them suckers last 8-9 weeks. You get an 8-9 week rally. You be like, yee! So, yes, sir. So I think a great time for us right now to be protecting capital and stuff like that. Let's go a little further. America's debt just outgrew America. The national debt is now officially bigger than the entire U.S. economy. The U.S. debt is about to cross 40 trillion in national debt, which it just did. The national debt is growing about 2.1 trillion a year. That's roughly 6 billion added to the national debt every single day. Interest on our debt costs about 1.3 trillion a year. That's more than the entire defense budget. 42% of every individual's income, 42% of every individual income tax dollar now gets interest. Not schools, not roads, just interest. Meaning 42% of the income that you make goes for paying that debt down. Let's go a little further. Let's go.
The U.S. Treasury has just sold $25 billion of 30-year bonds at a yield of 5.216%. That's the highest rate the government's paid on 30-year debt since 2001.
That effectively means the interest rate which the US taxpayer pays to bondholders has soared massively in the last few years. US government bonds are the center of the financial universe. They're used to price everything from the rates on corporate loans to equity valuations. Crucially, they're also a key determinant of mortgage costs.
For decades, the Treasury market could rely on a fairly dependable group to buy these bonds: the Federal Reserve, foreign central banks, and long-term institutional investors, including pension funds. That base is changing.
As the amount of government debt has increased in recent years, they're becoming increasingly reliant on hedge funds who are more likely to buy and sell over a shorter period of time.
This August, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent changed tack. He announced the government would increase buybacks of long-dated government bonds, but it didn't immediately solve the problem.
A concern among bond investors is that if the Treasury becomes more unpredictable, they might start needing to demand a higher compensation for that uncertainty. In August, US interest payments to bondholders hit a record $85 billion.
The United States now spends more servicing its debt than it spends on defense.
The main takeaway is interest rates will remain higher for longer for governments, consumers, and corporates around the world.
America made a decision in the bond market that backfired, and it's becoming embarrassing. Here's the deal. When America needs money, it borrows by issuing bonds. Cheap bonds mean cheap money. But right now, almost nobody's buying America's bonds. Trust has broken. Why? Because as we covered before, America's debt just crossed $40 trillion. And now interest on that debt alone has hit around $1.4 trillion a year. So the interest rate on bonds hit its highest level in 20 years on August 18th. When that happened, they got rattled. They looked and saw there were no buyers in the market. So they thought, let's do something. Let's improve sentiment in the market. Let's say we'll buy our own bonds ourselves. So the U.S. Treasury Department came forward and said they would buy at least $4 billion worth of bonds from the market. On August 19th, the impact showed up. Interest rates dropped slightly on the 30-year bond and the 10-year bond too, but only for one day. The very next day, interest rates climbed right back up. Think of it like this. America has a $40 trillion ocean of debt, and they dropped in a $4 billion cup trying to scoop water out. And that cup has a hole in it. Basically, America doesn't know what to do anymore. And that's exactly why markets, gold, crypto, everything, are pumping amid this uncertainty.
You can hear me, Jose? Let me slow that.
What's happening, baby?
Peter!
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, baby? I'm driving down 57th Street. Are you home? You made it back?
Yeah, man, I'm at home. I'm doing my show live, bro.
You are? I tried to go. It was on Instagram?
No, I'm on YouTube live. I'm doing my show Trapping Tuesday, bro.
I didn't know that. How can I hop on the show?
No, man, I just wanted to tell you, man, like, I love you, bro. You hear me? Man, I was so proud.
Love you too. It was amazing.
Man, I was so proud to see you get just the recognition and the honor yesterday, bro. I was telling Jose earlier, like, you know, you bring all races, you bring all different bank accounts in one room, bro. And that's, I don't know if you know how powerful that is, bro. You know, and sometimes we don't see it because we just in it. You know what I'm saying? And I told you this a long time ago, I'm like, bro, you giving us, you know, people like me, like you made a dream come through for me. Like you made me not only just get in there and see the opening bell, introduce me to Kramer, you know, was able to come back and bring my daughter, bring my dog Jose twice. So bro, I just wanted to give you your flowers, man, which I've sent you flowers a million times. Just wanted to say that, man, like you inspire us all, bro. I see you going, moving, and I told you ass better stay here another 100 years, man.
I'm not going anywhere, baby. We're just getting started. We got a lot of work to do.
There you go, man. So get home safe, man. I just wanted to call you and tell you that, man. I love you, man.
I love you too, my friend. I was so glad that they came, right? It was so important to have Ashley there and her husband and you there, like, meant more to me than anything else. And as you say, it's just the power of the whole thing. Like I said, it hasn't even hit me. I couldn't even walk by the statue today. It was just like I would walk by and there would be like 20 people standing around it, taking pictures at it. And then they would look up and see me. And it was just, the whole thing is just so, you know, to have everybody in that room has impacted my life in a special way. That was not like some party, right? Everybody was, and I knew everybody personally, maybe a couple of strays, but I knew everybody in that room personally who has impacted my life. And to put all that in one room, Ashley just texted me. It's unbelievable. It's just the energy in that room. And I mean, and to put all that, as you said, every possible mixture of every inspiration in one room like that, it was powerful. It's so powerful. I still have trouble just even just accepting it.
As you should, man. You know, and I remember when you first really got into it, you know, you didn't understand. I'm like, Peter, like, you have something that none of us have, and that's 35, 40 years of just being on the floor. And that alone makes you an anomaly. Like, you gave us the inside look at the machine all the time, bro. So you are a prototype that cannot be replaced, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are one of a kind, bro. Like, you have definitely left a fingerprint on this world and on this earth, bro. And I just want to I'm proud to be your friend. I'm proud to call you a brother. I'm proud to just be able to call you. It's an honor. I don't take having your phone number for granted. I don't take the invites into the market for granted. So I just wanted to tell you that, man. I just wanted to tell you that, bro. And the blue suit was something different. I ain't never seen you with no, come on, bro.
Oh, man, that was next level, right?
That was the next level, bro.
I said, you know, it's funny. This guy is making me all these beautiful clothes I just put on. He just sent me a whole new, these beautiful jackets that he custom made for me. And I just said, you know, he said, Peter, he goes, you know, I love the way you dress. I'm not going to change you. But you know what? There's a level of elegance that you can take it up a notch. And trust me, you're going to feel the difference. And that's how I want you to feel. And it's just like, you know, it becomes, I'll have to send you this. I did when he gave me the blue suit, I did an ad for this beautiful jewelry line that my nephew makes. And it was just like, it's just that feeling like you look, it's just, when you wear something that's like, you don't even feel like it's clothes. It just is just an extension of your soul.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like the blue suit made me feel like $1 million.
You look like $1 million, man.
Amazing.
All right.
Anyway, I love you.
I love you, man.
I'm gonna get on the phone with you in the next 2 days and try and plan this trip so I can be there for you whenever you ever do it. You needed me on the 17th or the 19th.
There you go, bro. I appreciate you, man.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. Yep.
Bye.
Just wanted to give my guy his flowers, like, on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just wanted to give him his flowers on the show so we could show him that, bro, like, so much love, you know what I'm saying, for you, bro, and just, you know, what he's done, bro, and just exposing us to it, bro. So
the level of impact, when he gave the numbers, he was like over 100 million people just easily. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Just off of that over the years, man. It's crazy.
All right. Let's get to it, man. What else we got, Jose? All right. So America debt shouts, again, and so I like to give totality on the overall picture, right? So when we look at, are you adding them captions, Jose? Yeah, because I want to post that before the night out. But when we look at America and the world, so think about this. Hong Kong is 380%. Japan, Singapore, France, Canada, China. So even the people who they saying like gonna take over, like look at China got, you know what I'm saying? Look at the biggest countries do have, look at this, household debt, corporate debt, government debt. U.S., I will say this. The U.S. has the most corporate debt. Right? By household debt, America has the most government debt. But when it comes to like corporate debt and household debt, it ain't it. Well, actually, not even America has the most. The Maldives, Senegal. So there's countries that are definitely, now we are in the top 10, right? But think about it from this perspective is like, America really ain't that big compared to a lot of other things. So just when you hear people talk about Shazam, say it seemed like Shazam, you so on point, bro, because I was going to talk about that. Like the whole world.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Is in a bind.
Some other time.
I really need
the
this
whole
money.
world. Like look at the major economies that's up here. China, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, France, Canada, China, South Korea, Italy. Like these are your major, you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't just no cakewalk right there. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want that to be like seen when we look at the bigger picture. Now, what I will say is bad is we are 100% a consumer-based economy. And that's bad because they need us to spend money. And this is why I feel like a recession is overdue. Because a recession allows some of this to be like recalibrated, right? And as much as it's painful as it is, you got to think about it. The pandemic really hurt us. The pandemic really hurt us because they put $6 trillion in the market. It's hard to get that out. Instead of just letting the market recalibrate, instead of letting them, and it would have been, don't get me wrong, it would have been painful, but we wouldn't have been in $6 trillion. We wouldn't have added $6 trillion on top of what we had. And then we came out of the pandemic and we've added $2 trillion per year after that. You feel what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So, and think about it. We paying $1 trillion now just to service the debt. So you got to think about it. Think about this. Think about you paying your house note and you just paying the interest, not the principal. That's what serving the debt is. So on your house note, when they tell you like, when you look at talking about homeowners, when you look at your payment, they tell you how much of the payment is interest and how much of the payment is principal. The interest is you serving the debt. Your principal be small. So even with my house note now, like I pay, listen, this is real talk. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I literally pay an extra $3,500 a month on my house note. But I make it go straight to the principal. I say like every month, I say this $3,500 is a principal payment. Every month, bro. Every month. Every month. I'm like, this is a principal payment. 100%, bro. 100%. All right, let's go a little further, man.
What up, though, family? It's your girl, Chunky, from the Trap, better known as Chucky. Trap, thank you for being the Hood's professor. Thank you, Jose, for taking my call. Hey, Tori. My question is your first jump off, the very first time you got off paper trading in every loss that you took before you became profitable, those steps, the trials, how you found that Achilles heel, and what did you do to fine tune and refine those methods to be able to grow your account. I don't want to use a margin or a prop firm, but at the same time, I don't want to continue to be pinching pennies off nickels, if you feel what I'm saying. I'm a single mom and I'm in the trenches right now. What were the losses?
Was that first jump off?
I'm still the losses. First things first, man, salute, Queen. Thank you for being a part of the amazing community. Thank you so much for showing up, asking that question. I don't remember my first loss per se, but I will say the losses helped me define the system. Now, let me say this. You may be new to the trap, but I just now, maybe the last 6 months, have been okay with people paper trading. I think I came on a show one day and was like, you know what, y'all? I'm okay with y'all learning how to paper trade. But here's what you gotta do. Like, if you know you ain't never had $20,000, don't go up there and put no $500,000 in your paper trade. Like, skim that down to what you got. So I think that, and I want to help you. I want to help you right quick. I want to help you with something right quick. Trading is 100% enormously empowering. Like, it offers us this incredible potential to have freedom. And as a trader, you have to live and die by your own efforts, right? You have to live by your study habits. You have to live and die by your mindset. You live and die by your preparation. You live and die by your execution. You live and die by your ability to take a loss and study it. You're going to live and die by that. Trading is not a team sport. And so I say that as the prelude. Come on, Jose, you see the wordplay here, bro? Come on, bro. I say that as the prelude to this. Don't look at it as I'm not trying to make nickels and dimes right now. Yes, you are. You're 100% trying to make nickels and dimes right now because nickels and dimes add up to dollars. You're 100%, you're 100% trying to make nickels and dimes right now because without the nickels and dimes, you cannot get dollars. Let's rephrase how we say that. So the goal now is, Trap, how do I master my process? That has to be the thing that we're looking for. And so you in the Patreon, as we do the chart classes, the trade audit, but also going through that options masterclass, the technical part of that is really, really strong. So you can start refining the process. Like, what is what does a good trade look like? And I'll tell you something, like, what does an A+, what does a B+ trade look like? And I'll tell you this, in a tight market like we have right now, choppy market right now, you want A+ setups only. In a running market, you can settle for a B+ setup. You can't settle for it right now. And I know people gonna be like, man, you tripping, you can't do that. In a choppy market, you can settle for a B+ setup because that's your pullback buys off of, a 50 or 20 of market structure. So those are really pullback buys, really good, like maybe some consolidation that you get in a little bit early. But in this market, even the A+ setup don't have follow through. So I don't mind you paper trading right now because that will help you refine your process. That will be the key. Like, how good can you look at the chart and be like, yep, that's my process right there. Think about it. Even today, I said, when somebody asked me, Trap, what would you do different? And I immediately, you know why? Because I looked at like, damn, what could I have done better? Yep, once that 50 flipped, once that 20 flipped, under that, it's like, all right, bet. Yeah, it might be above the 20 and the 50, but the 20 is flipped. I needed to get back up. I needed to go, okay, cool. That's a sign for me to chill. But I'm looking at it like, yo, it only take one or two big moves for it to, but no, just let it flip, Trap. Because, and I said this, like 80% of our trades are going to happen when what? The 20 to 50 to 100, 200 are stacked. So like refining the process and staying with the process, like emotional discipline is the number one key to success in this game. It's the number one key to success in this game. So I wouldn't say it's about the losses we can't, as a single mother, I get it. Like as a single mother, first of all, salute you. I had my daughter for a month and I needed some time to just recalibrate. Let me just start right there. As a single mother, I get it. You only get like when they sleep. One of my friends, man, she's a single mother. And I'd be like, yo, why you be up at 1 o'clock in the morning? And she'd be like, shit, that's when she sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I bet. Like, she be cleaning that closet at 12, 1 o'clock. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I'm about to go to sleep on you, fam. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, though. It's like, you don't get the time till they get sleep. And I get it because, like, when I was with my daughter, like, part of my brain doesn't relax until she sleep. And she 10. You know what I'm saying? So she don't even pay me no mind. But part of my brain can't relax until she sleep. But if she up, I gotta worry about, did she eat? Did she do this? Why so quiet? So as a single mother, I definitely, as a single mother, I understand that. So I think your goal right now, I'll be honest with you, isn't so much as about making the money. Your goal right now is to focus on the process. And like, here's the process, here's what a good trade, like understanding what does a good setup and what does a good trade look like. So that's it right there. That's it, Queen. So I don't think it's so much about the losses. I would be lying to you, I told you what my first losses look like. But I also will say, because I came from the street, I understood that the losses were part of the game. So it didn't faze me. And I wasn't trading big. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trading like I am now. I was trading small. So, you know, $1,000, $2,000 to me didn't matter to me because I looked at it, oh, that's lawyer money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say in perspective to that, beloved. Great question, though. Phenomenal question. Let's go a little further, Jose. All right, let's go. Our certified trapper of the week is none other than Benjamin Banneker. Now, I did a report on him when I was in school, there.
Almost everybody. It was like a prerequisite.
Did a report on him. All right, so Benjamin Banneker, 1731 to 1806, was an American mathematician, astronomer, surveyor, and almanac author who is largely self-taught. He's remembered for his scientific work. He's published almanacs, his role in the 1790 survey of the future District of Columbia, and his advocacy for racial equality through his writings and correspondence. Let's go.
You check your watch every day, but did you know the reason you even can tell time in America is because of a black man? His name was Benjamin Banneker. And in the 1700s, while slavery still chained millions, this self-taught genius built the first clock ever made in America, completely by hand. He'd studied a pocket watch, reverse-engineered it piece by piece, carved every gear out of wood, and created a timepiece so precise it ran perfectly for decades. But Banneker didn't stop there. He mastered astronomy, predicted solar eclipses more accurately than European scientists, and even helped survey the land that would become Washington, D.C. Thomas Jefferson called him an extraordinary man, yet history buried his name and taught us the lie that brilliance was never black. Benjamin Banneker wasn't just keeping time, he was ahead of it. A living reminder that genius needs no permission, and black excellence doesn't wait for validation.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Let's go a little further, man.
Trap, Salam Alaikum, what up, big bro? Alright, so look, my name Elijah, I go by Eli. I just got out the joint. I'm from St. Louis, I just got out the joint, May 22nd of this year. I've been put, alright, so I got two companies. I got a moving and junk hauling company, and then I got a lawn care company. And shit, couple times out the week, bro, I put like $100, $150 at a time, you know what I'm saying, in the market, bro. I just been, you know what I'm saying, increasing my buying holds, you know what I'm saying. I got pretty much all the main big dogs, you know what I'm saying, that you be pushing. I can't get this option shit right yet though, bro. I just need some advice, you know what I'm saying? Cause I know you've been to the joint before, bro. So I just need some advice on what you think I should, what steps you think I should take, and just some advice in general that you got for me, you know? All right, peace, everybody. Shalom alaikum.
Walaikum salam, fam. First of all, I want to say, man, I'm proud of you, If nobody ain't told you that today, bro, I want to say I'm proud of you, bro. And I want to say that because as black men, we don't get that enough. Ladies, this is nothing against y'all. I'm proud of y'all too. I'm talking to this black man who just come home from prison, who has a lawn company and a moving company. I just want to tell you, bro, like I'm proud of you. Man to man, brother to brother, I am proud of you, bro, for even taking that journey. What I would first say is give yourself some grace. You are already starting off with buying whole. Let's build that. Let's build that out to 5 companies. Let's pick 5 companies. And of those 5 companies, let's pick 5 companies that, you know, we talk about. You can look at the lottery picks we put in the thing, or you can be like, hey, Trap, this Eli, man, like, talk to me. I'll put something in the Patreon for you that I like. But let's look at 5 companies, bro, and let's figure out first, like, how do we get 10 shares of each one of these companies, right? We don't got to get them all at once, but how do we get 10 shares of each one of these companies? That's our first goal. Let's get 5 companies, our strongest company first, our second strongest company is second. And, you know, we walk them down to that 5, and then we say, bro, how do I get 10 shares of each one of these companies? And then we build from there, bro. And then we start doing it, saying, like, every time we get paid, we don't got to be buying it all at once. Every time we get paid, we can put $50 in the account, $100 in the account. You know, whatever you can afford to put in the account, and we do that every single week. And then we pick a time where we say, all right, well, once I build it up to this, I'll buy a share here. Once I build it up to this, I'll buy a share here. Once I build it up to this, I'll buy the share here. Because what happens now is we're starting to set, watch this, actionable, attainable goals that help us make progress. Again, bro, you come home from prison. Nobody ain't tell us about this before you went to prison, bro. You learning this, right? So, and let's make sure you got your account set up right. So whether it's E-Trade, whether it's Charles Schwab, whether it's Fidelity, even if it's Robinhood, bro, like, I don't care because you just come home. My goal and my proudness and my, like, is like, yo, bro, getting into it. Like, and I like that, King. So I would say let's just start with that, bro. Like, and then let's go a little further. Once we get a little further, let's say we 6 months in, you've been in the Patreon, you know, all right, now let me step up a little bit, learn these options a little bit more. Now let me go a little further and get deeper into my bag. I think that's going to be such a game changer. And I get it, bro. Like, when you come home, like, we be feeling behind. And I just want you to know you're not behind. I just want you to know that you are not behind. 100% you're not behind. Let's go a little further. All right, man, let's get into it. So we have AI is about to eat the grid. All electricity demand is set to explode to 315 gigawatts by 2033, a staggering 1,100% jump from 2025. The U.S. alone will account for 200 gigawatts, or 64% of the surge. AI data centers are already straining infrastructure. During model training, massive GPU clusters can spike power usage by 50%. Above design limits, accelerating wear on batteries, generators, cooling systems, and other critical hardware. The bottom line, the grid wasn't built for this, and new energy infrastructure is no longer optional. And I don't think this is a surprise to nobody, because we talked about it already. And think about it right here. All AI chips signal surging data center power demand growth. And we see that already. And it's only going to keep getting more and more and more and more and more. Like, this not going to stop. They don't know how to stop. And so they're saying, yeah, you know, what they're saying, yeah, We're going to get the companies to pay for their own electricity. Yeah, I'll see that when I believe it. Because the companies may pay for their own electricity, but guess what the electricity company's still going to do? Tax us, because we ain't going to know no different. All we're going to do is call them like, hey, bro, my electric bill went up. And they're going to give us a reason, oh, your meter said this. Bro, I ain't used that much electricity. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, it is going to get bad. And it's going to get really, really bad. And we are going to have to monitor how we play this game, bro. And it's going to get nasty, y'all. It's going to get nasty. This is why I think energy is vital for long-term investments. GEV, AEIS, CEG. I think some of these companies are vital for where we going at. I think we can't live without them. Yeah. So let me see what my girl I Am Tacy said. I missed it. Yep, but let's go a little further, man.
Hey, good evening, Trap. What's up, team? What's your take on crypto in this season? Though the yields were, like the 10-year yield had some trepidation today, I saw Bitcoin kind of, you know what I'm saying, take a little dip up to 65K, and some of the other coins did as well. I pay attention to a couple, but I'm still looking at the market. It's pretty shaky. When would be a good time to start copping some Bitcoin or some of the other altcoins during the season? Appreciate your insight. Thank you. Peace. Oh, and last but not least, how do you determine a good crypto company? Thank you, man. Peace.
I ain't gonna lie to you, big dog. I have no idea. That ain't my lane. I stick to two: Bitcoin, Ethereum. Probably holler at Chris Johnson. Probably holler at 19 Keys. If I left anybody out, those are just the main people that I know. That's not my lane. I don't have $1 million in crypto. I think I got like 250, 300,000. I got whipped because I've been in it since it was probably like 50,000. I've been in it since like 50. I've been in it since 2021. 2022, that's when Pocket put me on it. So I've been in it since like 2022. And I just bought those two. So I don't know nothing about Polkadot. I don't know nothing about XRP. I don't know nothing about the Butterfly coin. I don't know about Shiba Inu. I don't know. I'm just being 100% real with you, bro. I just buy Bitcoin, and I'm not heavy as Chris when it comes to buying every time, but I've been buying a dip over the last, year? Shit. I was running out of chip. I was running out of chip for it. I was like, goddamn, Chris. What we doing? And Chris was like, it's just like stocks, Trap. Just keep buying the dip. I was like, all right, shit. If you say so, bro. You know? So, yeah, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all I know is Bitcoin, and all I know is XRP, bro. And I got enough in it to where I say I got some exposure, but not too much in it to where it's going to break me. And to my crypto people, I'm not here to argue with you. If anything, I have always been an advocate for y'all. I be the one on Twitter like, hey, my crypto people, y'all good? Y'all all right? They be like, yeah, Trap, we good. I be like, hey, I'm just checking on y'all. I know what it's like when we in winter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it's like when that, that winter can last. You just got to keep buying a dip, And you like, damn, like, shit, like, damn, the dip done turned to a salsa. You know what I'm saying? It ain't dip no more, cuz it's salsa. You know what I'm saying? It's cha-cha. It's cha-cha. So I get it, bro. So that's all I know, bro. I'm sorry I can't help you on that, brother. Let's go. All right, active managers tried. The S&P didn't notice. Over the past year, 75% of actively managed funds lagged the S&P 500, extending a long-running pattern of underperformance. The struggle has accelerated the shift toward passive investment, where low-cost ETF funds offer broad market exposure without relying on stock picking skill. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing right now. That's your 401ks, that's your mutual funds, that's your retirements, that's your pension funds. Like, they're just not beating the market on a consistent basis, y'all. They're actually losing money. And we become the asset, not the actual market. And so now people are just like, bro, if I'm gonna go through that, I might as well just put it in some index funds and rock out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at people for doing that, but we already know this. We talk about that all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So I personally think that you can manage your own retirement if you just bought index funds. I mean, if you just bought ETFs. You bought XLK, QQQ, SMH, you got some tech. You spread out there, you could just do better because you're going to pay lower fees, you know what I'm saying, and you're going to beat the market. You're going to beat the market. So let's go a little further. And that's it right here. Hedge funds are de-risking at an extreme price. So let's go a little bit further. You got to think about it. De-risking means they're getting out of the market, right? That's what they have what's called risk off and risk on. Risk on means they're getting a bigger appetite for stocks. Risk off means they don't got an appetite for stocks, they're going somewhere else. This is why you can beat them, because when they start going risk off and you start buying more while it's cheaper, then they got to power back in. And while they power back in, you're able to now get it at a cheaper price. And because you can get it at a cheaper price than them, now you get better returns. Well, because they in and out so much, this is why Warren Buffett bet the $1 million that he can beat the hedge fund manager. All he really did was say, all right, bet I'm going to find, the index fund or whatever, and I'm just going to buy it for the next year while you in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Of course you can't beat him. So that's kind of the biggest deal right there. Let's go a little further. All right, so you can't, and this is something we came up with, you can't eliminate risk. You can only choose which risk you accept. Short-term risk puts you at more of a risk of the market, or you can go long-term. For me, I would rather us always go bet on a long-term. The more we bet on the long term and the more we play the long term, and for me, long term don't always mean forever. Now, I know they got a saying I know Warren Buffett mastered the saying, and it was if you can't look at a stockholder for 10 years, don't buy it at all. And I understand that process. I know Ian got the 2 Tech 2 indexes, that's it. My philosophy is this. Look at a stock and ask yourself, can I see myself owning it for the next 3 years? Because if I can own it for the next 3 years, then because stocks take time to turn around. So if I can see myself owning it for the next 3 years, here's what I know can happen. Now it's earning a spot in my portfolio. And if it hasn't earned a spot in my portfolio over the next 3 year time frame, then I can get whatever I made off it and transfer it to somewhere else. And I think that's the goal. Because think about it like this. Let's say you bought Starbucks. Let's say you bought Chipotle, like me. And then now I'm in that phase, I've owned it since the pandemic, which has now been 6 years, right? Well, this year, they've now changed the CEO last year. So now I'm in that phase where, do I keep holding it? I'm in that phase now where I gotta judge it for the next 2 to 3 years to see if this CEO can do this. Can he get the company back where the old CEO had it? But now I'm also looking at Starbucks. I'm like, hey, Starbucks now has a great CEO. They got the CEO from Chipotle. Starbucks wasn't attractive to me before, but now because I know the power of this CEO, I'm like, hey, let me watch this for a minute because he knows how to turn a company around. And so I don't think that, and this is my personal opinion, every investor sees the market different. I think we should be able to say, hey, a 3 year time frame is a long enough time frame for me to be able to get some return on this, see if they evolve, and see if earnings are still growing, see if revenue is still growing, see if free cash flow is growing. Are they evolving? Are they taking on more market cap, or growing market cap? Are they taking on more share in that sector? So all of those things matter when it comes to buying that. So yeah. That's how I feel about that. So let's go a little further. All right. So here we go. Volatility is how the market reminds you wealth isn't free. And I think it's just it's the tuition to playing the game. Right? Most people get in the game, they want the game to go straight up, and the market just doesn't work like that. You got to fight for it. You got to fight for it. You got to fight for it. And some of the fights is, as a trader, some of your fights going to be, navigating that. Some of your fights going to be my mental and emotional capacity. Some of your fights going to be, whatever, but you got to consistently be learning. And I think that's one of the things that we got to realize, that income, watch what I'm about to say here, y'all. When you think about the market, people think about money. Income can provide a lifestyle, but ownership changes a bloodline. I'm going to sit on that for a second. Income can improve a lifestyle, 100%. But ownership changes a bloodline. And that just simply means, bro, I can produce some money, but can I produce money and ownership? And that's why we have the triangle offense, which is buy and hold, swing trading, leap trading. So we get the income from the buy and hold. We get the ownership through the buy and hold. We use the swing trading as the cash flow creator, and then we use the leap options for the accelerated wealth. And I want you to think about it from this perspective. Imagine we come from a generation of people that were once property. Imagine being a part of that generation that now owns the property. I'm gonna let that cook for a minute, Jose. I'm gonna let that cook for a minute, Jose. I think they missed it. I think they missed it. Imagine coming from a history or a generation of people that were once property, and you evolve and you transition to now the part of the generation that owns the property, that now ownership is now the mandate instead of being owned. Because financial literacy, y'all, 100% is more than just words. Financial literacy is knowing what to do when money touches your hands. I think I'm going over their head tonight, Jose. I think this the part of the show where it done got a little serious. I think this is the part of the show where it got a little serious. Because you don't build wealth when you learn what to do with money. You build wealth when you learn how to behave with money. Yep, that's the part where I lost them, Jose. They ready to go now, Jose. They ready to go now. It ain't funny no more. They ready to leave me now, Jose. They ready to cut the lights off on me. Right? Because people think that, I know how to buy a stock. That means I'm building wealth. But how do you behave with money? We call that, like this, what is your financial hygiene? What is your financial hygiene? Yep, Trap, look, I lost the money in the market. I was up 2 point something. I was still, okay, what adjustments am I making? How do I behave? Do I start saying, man, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, Donald Trump this? No, it's on me. Because no matter who's in office, I can't do that. No matter who's in office. I got to make the decision on how I'm going to respond. And I got to talk to my cousin about it. I got to talk to my other cousin about it because they looking at me. So I got to be the one that makes everything possible, but then I got to set the tone on behavior. So then I be the one that rebalance and recalibrate our financial hygiene. Because if I don't recalibrate it, guess what happens? You go back to the old behavior. You go back to the old behavior. And that is counterproductive to where we got to go. Because what happens when I leave? What happens if something happened to me? My little cousin Elise, can you learn how to step in and run a business? George, can you go, or even if you don't get the business, can I have it to where y'all sell the business, right? Can I structurally put us together where you sell the business, or like let a Bernard or somebody become the president of the business, you understand how they run the business, but then we say, okay, we want to exit the business. I will always sell the business, and then now, do you know or do you have the mindset to say, all right, we sell the business, I got to follow the rules. A trap won't get this, go to his daughter, this, go to this. We still going to invest. We still going to do this. We got the commercial building. This is we doing like the financial. It ain't just about buying the stocks. It's about everything else that comes with it. That is the financial hygiene in totality. So again, financial literacy is not just knowing words, y'all. It's knowing what to do when money hits your hand. That's the game. What is the blueprint that you leaving behind when you gone? Because we know we're not going to live forever. Can we have the death talks that's real? I told Jose something earlier, man. And he corrected me on it. And I know he knew what I was saying, but he corrected me on it. And he said, say, bruh, I was talking to him earlier, and I said, man, like, I want to leave a blueprint. I said, I want to leave a fingerprint on this world, bro. Like, when I'm gone, like, I want to leave a fingerprint on this world and my family. You know, because I was inspired by Peter. Because let me read y'all something that Peter sent me yesterday, bro. And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to show it because that's my dog, man. You think it's okay?
Portion of it.
Portion of it, all right.
Yeah.
He said to me in so many ways, man, I'm going to just paraphrase you like, bro, you're one of my closest friends. You feel like a soulmate. You inspire my spiritual growth, and the brotherhood is beyond words. And I'll end it with this part of what he said. My life is better with you in it. Just end it with that without getting all the way through it. And I said, bro, like, when he sent me that message last night, bro, it's like I was on a Zoom call, going over some frameworks that we have. It was like 11 o'clock at night, bro. And I had to stop for a second, like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so powerful for somebody to say, like, bro, like, and mind you, like, this a man. Right? And I don't feel like no homo or pause. I'm a grown-ass man. But for him to be like, nah, bro, like, my life is better since day one, since you've been in it, bro. Like, you inspire my spiritual growth, bro. You inspire this. Even we know Peter, a big dog at trading. He'll call me and be like, Trap, what do you see right here? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, bet. And he introduced me as like, yo, he's a great trader, yada, 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 yada. Move on. But I'm saying that to say, like, I was like, dog, like, I want to leave, like, I want people to say that about me. I want people to be like, bro, like, my life was better because I got introduced to this dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, like, no. Like, my life was better because I saw his spiritual growth. I saw him as a father. I saw him as a leader. I saw him as an owner of a company. I saw him as a husband. I saw him as a companion. I saw him as a cousin. I saw him as a son. Like, I'm just inspired by how this dude operates. Somebody put me on a book right now and I'm reading. It's called, I'm listening to the audio book. A friend of mine put me on this book I'm reading right now. And it's called, I think everybody should read it. It's called, and it's not long. I was reading it today. It's called, what is that? Oh yeah. The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's not even a long book, man. I'm gonna start listening to it every day while I'm in the truck. And it just talked about, like, it's more so like how the secret was, but it goes like in depth because it talks about God and it talks about like your mental capacity for like I'm using my own terminology, like the word bank that you have for yourself. Right? And like, how do you like take ownership of things in your world? And I was listening to something this weekend And it talked about how, like, we hold on to outcomes that we want, not realizing that God and the way the world is positioned, like, you almost like attract things that you don't want when you hold on to the idea of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be like, man, and I ain't gonna lie, like, I had to. So can I be real right quick, bro? Can I be real? Like, there's a part of me, bro, like, I'm just being honest with y'all, like, because I want y'all to know, like, I said something in the clip that I just dropped on Instagram. I be like, bro, like, the money is just a Band-Aid, bro. The money is just a Band-Aid for all the other stuff you got going on, bro. Like, bro, like, I still struggle with being shot, bro. I still struggle with me shooting somebody, bro. And it shows up. It shows up in different forms, which is why I got to keep on going therapy over, because you know why? Repetition is the father of mastery. You don't read a book one time, and I say this to my people before, I'd rather you read one book 10 times than to read 10 books one time. Why? Because repetition is the father of mastery. So just because I tell my therapist how this made me feel one time, don't mean I'm good. I got to keep telling my therapist how I feel. And I got to keep telling my therapist, why does it make me feel like this? And I got to keep telling my therapist, like, here's how I want to feel. Here's how I want to get over this. Why? Because my word bank then starts to change my association with the event. My word bank start changing my association with the event. I stopped looking at the event like it's a traumatic event, and I changed the way I look at the event. No, this event probably wasn't the best event that happened in my life, but here's what came out of it. Yes, I did go to prison, but guess what? In prison, I got introduced to the stock market. And from the stock market, I came home, was able to do these couple of things. So no, it wasn't the best thing, but guess what? God gave me grace through all that, so I didn't get 50 years. So I didn't get this many years. When I get shot, it didn't hit a main artery. And when I got stabbed in the back and stabbed in the arm, it didn't hit a main artery. No, it didn't hit a kidney, so I bled within when the dude freaking sold me on my mattress and he sold my back up. You know what I'm saying? So none of that happened. So I had to change. Okay, bet when I shot the dude, bro, like, just realistically, like, I was young and I grew up, and I was just telling a friend of mine, it's like, I grew up where people said, like, if you ever, you know, I'm going a little too much information here, but like, if you ever do something like I did, don't never do it in their back, look them in the eyes when you do it, because if you man enough to do it, you got to be man enough to look them in the eyes when you do it. And so they create these narratives that we are foolish, because I'm young, I'm 16, I'm living by it, and I'm thinking this law. So I'm letting people who are also hurt, people who are also living by flawed rules, dictate what is the standard in my life, because I don't have a real relationship with God like that. I don't have nobody just talking to me to the word like that. So now I'm letting somebody else dictate, like, what is my standard? And so what happens is, so now this is my standard, but then what happens is, after you do it, now you start internally living with, like, bro, like, I don't really like how that made me feel. But because you now, watch this, because I'm now molded by my environment, I can't really tell nobody that this makes me feel a certain kind of way. And so you start accepting, yep, this is it, this is it. So you go back into the environment, the environment that shaped you. You now go into the prison environment where you got to grow up really, really fast. And now all you're around is the people who's on the street. You're around these, they're 10X. So now you start adapting. Again, I'm 16, so I'm adapting these different verbiages, and now I'm on the fly. So I'm letting the prison, watch this, environment shape how I see life. So I come home, and now I'm worse off than I was when I went, even though now I got a relationship with God. But guess what? My relationship with God hasn't grown enough to outpace my relationship with my environment. Oh. My relationship with God wasn't mature enough to where it can outdo my relationship with my environment. So I was still immature. I'm not even immature. I was premature. It was a premature birth. I got exposure, I got a seed, but it ain't enough. Because I don't got nobody to help me what? Nurture it. You know when a baby when a baby premature, what they say? You can't go home. You gotta stay here. Why? Because we gotta manually get them prepared to enter the real world. So even your mother's milk ain't enough. Oh. your mother's milk ain't enough. The hospital like, no. That baby got to stay here another 5, 6, 7 weeks. Because even the milk that you got in you ain't enough for this baby to be ready to go out there. I was premature. I was spiritually premature. So what happens when I'm spiritually premature? I come home and guess what? The environment still has what? Authority. And so because the environment still has authority, I do not know how to navigate this. And so now I'm emotionally cold. And then what happens now? Guess what I do know I have? Influence. So what do I do now? I get my cousin who was in the army and I tell him, hey, let's go hit this lick, cuz. And guess what? He an only child. He been to the army. So all he knows is what? Toxic loyalty. And so now this is how I know how to regulate. And so the environment now has conformed me. And so now I'm looking at women different. I'm looking at myself different. I don't know who I am as a man. I'm just navigating the world. I'm accepting debt. I'm accepting prison. I'm thinking it's my life. And the only thing I know is, like, when I do got my cuz doing some stuff with me, I'm like, hey, watch this. I'd rather him not die than me. Like, I'm okay with my situation, but I'm more scared of his mama than I am scared of death. So I tell him like, hey, bro, this is the last one. In my line, cuz. Hey, bro, this is the last one. You can't do this no more. And so the environment, like, shapes us. So somebody got to be able to say, hey, bro, This is how we got to pivot. And so now, because I know I still have the same influence, you now, watch this. Now the intoxicating whispers are different. Now I become, hey, we investing. Hey, we doing this. Hey, and so what do? Now I got to get around environments that are what? That has what? Purpose compatibility. I have purpose. I got to get around people who are purpose compatible, meaning, hey, this is what we on right now. And watch this. That one season, oh, this is so good. I'm going to move over, Jose, but this is so good. That one season of compatibility may not be good in the next season because now you go from premature to mature to evolved. And so now New Orleans to Atlanta may be a great environment, but then you may got to go from Atlanta to another set of people because there's another environment. And I'm just using it as a metaphor, another group of people. And not saying that first group, the second group wasn't good, but now you've evolved a little more because you don't want to do what? Put a cap on your environment. You don't want to become the fish that only becomes big as the tank is in. So you don't change the fish, you change the tank. So now you got to change the tank. And now you got to have no remorse for changing the tank. And when you get in another tank, you got to say, hey, y'all, this is where growth is at. So this is how we become wealthy. This is how we change the narrative. It ain't just about stocks. Again, I'm going to say it to y'all. Financial literacy is more than just words, y'all. It's what do I do when money touch my hands? All right, let's go a little further. I apologize. Buffett's 4 business test. Let's go. So one is, if you can explain it, and this graduates to this, right? One, can you explain it? If you cannot explain, listen to me. If you cannot explain how the company makes money in one sentence, you are borrowing conviction from someone else. Number 2, is there a moat? Meaning, and I want y'all to screenshot this, y'all, because this is how you help your family evolve. And this is how you first got to get it. Now, and I'm going to say this again, the reason why my cousin them believed in the market is because they saw me. Long as I was telling cuz about the market, he was like, all right, bet. I always tell a story. He was up $50, hey, I'm gone. But once he saw, hey, this really changing cuz life. That's the buy-in. We trying to help people build wealth, but what we trying to help them build ain't changed us yet. Y'all know y'all people. Y'all know y'all people. Y'all know y'all people. You like, Trap, man, I'm trying to tell my family about investing. Bro, investing ain't changed you yet. And I ain't even saying like you gotta be a millionaire. I'm just saying like, bro, show them you made $10,000 in the market. Show them you made $5,000. Guess what you show? Hey, I made $5,000 right on this buying hole. They be like, hey, what? How you did that? My partners in the street, they be like, hey, bro, that stock stuff really work. I be like, what you think? You see me? Like, that's, like, you gotta be, but here's the thing. What's the blueprint? Or you just like, hey, I'm making this money. And you showing them Rolexes and stuff. They're like, man, I ain't tripping on that. You ain't showing. No. I remember having to tell my partners in the street, like, hey, check this out, cuz. Like, you don't want to invest. That's cool. But you know we gonna die. You know the two options here, death or prison. We don't get out alive. Only 1% of us get out alive. So I just want you to see something. Here's my account. If something happened to me, bro, I'm passing this to my child. Hey, listen, if you go to jail, bro, guess what, bro? Like, you can still have your account when you come home. Now you don't need nobody to front you nothing. Now you don't need nobody to put you on your feet. And my language is just different. Like, bro, I'm not trying to talk you out the street. I know why you there. So that's not for me. That's for your pastor. That's for everybody else to talk you out of. You're a grown man. You're going to make the decisions you want. But just understand there's people that's affected by what you do. So here's what we got. When you go, you got to go get life insurance, cuz. Why? Hey, go get you $1 million policy term. You only got a good 10, 15 years, cuz. You don't last that long. Man, you right, cuz. You right, bro. Not my cousin, but like my partners in the street. Come on, Slime. So I made my partners get 50, 60, 70, $100,000 in life insurance. I'm like, bro, if you in the street, you might get some life insurance, cuz. Like, you know what's going to happen. Man, how I do that? Like, let me show you. Go look at this person. Go look at this person. I made like 3 of my homies get like 100 grand. Now, you might be like, that ain't a lot. That's a lot when you ain't had nothing. Because you know what their first response to me was, Jose? Man, I don't know how to do that. Think about that. You know how to cook crack. You know how to break heroin down. You know how to break weed down. But you don't know how to go get a life insurance policy. Right? You know how to cook crack. You know how to weed. You know how to set somebody up. You know how to hit a lick. But you don't know how to open a bank account to freaking transfer it over to trade. And that's the way it's designed. Number 2, is there a moat? A company, what lets a business stay good when competition show up? You got to be able to explain that to your people. All right, what is a moat, y'all? All right, check this out. Like, guess what? Let's think about Apple, right? We already got other phone companies. You know, why they still doing it? Because they got this, and this. Oh, yeah, man, that makes sense to me, bro. That makes sense to me, bro. All right. Let's go a little further. All right. Do managers talk like owners? Right? Good managers tell you what went wrong, why it happened, and what they will do differently. That's me. You know what I do when I'm telling people about the market? Again, somebody asked me in the chat, Trap, what did you learn from it? Here's what went wrong. Here's why it happened. This is what I will do differently the next time. Like, yo, when you listen to the calls about companies, do they talk like that? And are you paying a same price? Is it cheap? Is it on sale? That's the game. All right, let's go a little further, man. Go a little further. Run the 4 on a real one. And that's it right there. Company analysis, Atlas Supply Company, Oral Read. This is a breakdown on how to just look at a company, bro. Durable competitive advantage, valuation, PE ratio, revenue, ROE, debt to equity ratio, net margins. We see the checklist. We see the checklist. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so Coca-Cola is now outperforming every stock in the Mag 7. So I want to say this too. Shout out to, I think, LKM in the Patreon. Shout out to a couple other people in the Patreon. Like, we looked at Coke for so long. But the way it move, like, it don't move a lot. And I was like, yo, I just can't find an entry into this. I can't find an entry into it. And it's been just outperforming, bro. And I just could not find an entry into it, and it's up. I don't know the last time Coke had a 30% year. I don't know. Pascal, I got to say that. You probably said it too, but I know LKM, Pascal, I'll give you that too. You did say that about Coke. I just could not get an entry in it because it'll be like $86, $86.25. You look back at it a week later, it's $87. You're like, God damn, like. So shout out to the Patreon. Like, I couldn't get an entry on Coca-Cola the way it moves, but definitely I gotta shout out to the Patreon, man. They be really like putting some plays in there, and they really be on it. So shout out to the squad, man. I definitely don't want to take nothing from the team. They definitely be on what they be on. They definitely be on it. So I definitely got to just get them credit. Definitely got to get them credit. Let's go a little further, Jose. I want it. Let's end it on this one. So from bankruptcies to back to business. So let's think about this for a second. Bro, like Red Lobster was they was on their way out of business. Shout out to Sir James, man. Shout out to Sir James. Tamara Buchanan, I see you. So they was out of business, and they hired a Nigerian-born, Harvard-trained investor, built a reputation for rescuing struggling restaurant chains after leading a major turnaround at P.F. Chang's. As its youngest CEO, he took the helm at Red Lobster in 2024. I remember this went crazy. Fresh out of Chapter 11. Since then, he's been cutting costs, closing weak stores, tightening operations, and working to revive one of America's most iconic seafood brands. So right now, I'm trying to cut costs. We got to cut costs over here, man. We got to break operations down. But this is good, man. This is what a great CEO does. A great CEO comes in and say, hey, bro, like these stores not working. This location, we good. Shut it down. This location, we good. Shut it down.
Carpet looking all dirty.
Carpet looking dirty. Bathrooms ain't working.
Yeah, we good.
Shut it down. And he shut down a lot of locations that were in areas that, so all he did, I'm not going to say all he did. He made the hard decisions. So he probably had an executive board with himself that he looked at. They sat down because one thing is get some help. And yo, I just need people to feed me data, correct data, right data. Show me all the stores that we got. What's my highest performing stores? What's my lowest performing stores? What's my medium stores? Everything under this, get rid of them. That's what you're making money on. Operations, overhead, cut it. Rent on the store, medium stores, where they at? All right, cut half of them. What can we do? You go from having 300 stores to 150. Immediately, you just help the company be more profitable. You know who else did that? General Electric CEO. He came in, he saw the company was bad. He said, yep, first thing we're going to do, split this thing up into 3 companies. Next, we're going to do anything that's not part of the core brand, we cutting it. What happened? GE, you had GEV, you get GE Vernova, and GEV Health. 3, you got one brand, 3, all of them on the market now. Great CEOs can turn the company around. Really good. And so, man, I want to end with that tonight, man. I hope that you understand that I'm going to leave with this, you are the CEO of your family. So you are the one that got to turn your family around. But it's going to take some tough decisions. It's going to take you being adamant about what has to happen. It's going to take you being able to say, hey, here's the landscape that we've been on, and if we don't change this trajectory, hey, we are deteriorating instead of improving. And you got to let it be known. You don't change the family one person at a time. You change it one generation at a time. Not one person at a time. You change it one generation at a time. You got to start being okay with putting things in place to help your company transform. With that being said, man, thank y'all for another episode of Trapping Tuesday, episode 207. Phenomenal episode, man. I hope y'all had a blast. Hope y'all had an amazing time. With that being said, man, make sure you get your merch, man. Get your merch. Go to the Wallstreet Trapper YouTube. If you're not set up for it already, go to the Wallstreet Trapper YouTube. Check out some of the last videos. Like, subscribe, share them, y'all. Also, check out, I just put a post up on my page on Instagram. Help me get that back. If everybody on here went to my Instagram page and liked my last post and shared my last post and commented on my last post, it'll definitely help that post get some traction. We've been fighting, and I think we winning. We gaining some more ground. Check us out on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, on all those good things. Other than that, man, come join the Patreon. We definitely got room. We definitely growing. We're going to navigate this market with precision. And I would love to be on a journey with you so to help you understand how to play this game and how to play it well. Come join Trappers Anonymous as well. We focus just on fundamental investing. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. I'm about to eat this last piece of chocolate. I love y'all. Good night.